Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we're playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and then a little bit later we're going to be playing some Star Ocean Anamnesis. We have got a lot of ground to cover. So we've got the raid event, we've got the Sorceress Reaper. Sorceress? Is that a word? Sorceress? We've got to do the big bonus challenge, excavate gems, upright warlock. Goodness, we've got a lot of stuff to do today. So once we're done with all that stuff, we're going to go ahead and play some Star Ocean Anamnesis to wrap up the day. Lately, I've actually been playing a lot of Persona 5 Royal, trying to play that game for the first time ever. So that's what I've been doing in a lot of my off time. That's why I haven't been making a lot of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross content, things like that, work, etc., etc. So I haven't been making a lot of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross content, but I still play. I'm still on... I think today I hit 1,750. Yeah, 1,750 days. So we've been playing a lot. Or at the very least, we play consistently. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's start with... we'll do the big bonus challenge last, because I'm sure that's the one people actually care about. So we'll start with the upright warlock, just because that expires tomorrow. But for everyone who's in chat, Ruben, hey, what's up? How's it going? It's like morning for you, right? Aren't you heading off to work? Ghost, hey, I'll be on my other account watching your stream. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for joining. Sora Axis, yo, what's going on? How's it been? You changed your name. It used to be something different, didn't it? E.T., hello, hello. Kiru, what's going on? How's your Genshining going? How far am I now in Genshin? I'm a little bit away from AR 50. So that's where I'm at. I think I'm only like 600 or 6,000 points from like AR 50. And I still got to do the Ganyu and the... Gosh, the Ganyu and the Zhongli character quest. So that's where we're at right now. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get cracking, just because we've got a lot of things to do today. So let's start with this upright warlock and see what's going on with this thing. So let's see if the notice actually tells us anything useful. All right. Let's see. I'm always so skeptical on what these things like say, or if they're useful. They started to do this thing, and I find it like, I don't know if this is good that they started consolidating this, or it's just annoying, but it's just like, having one really long notice is, like, nice to a degree. But at a certain point, it's just like, geez, I didn't even realize this quest was going on, you know? Alright, so complete the challenge, receive sun, moon. There's nothing. Nothing. These notices, I stand by this statement. For the past, like, year, these notices have sucked. Like, they're really bad. They're garbage. This is nothing. What would I like to see in this notice? These are the gems. Per quest, this is what you're going to get, and we are introducing the upright warlock. What the heck does that mean? You have to waste 5 AP just to find out what the enemy does to you? I don't know. I'm not a fan of the format of these notices, you know? It's not a notice. It's like somebody like stapled a piece of paper to the wall that says, hey, you're going to get some mail soon. What? Couldn't you just give me the mail? That's where I'm at right now. Kiowa, congrats on the 1,750 days. I don't really know if that's the kind of thing that you congratulate someone on. It's so incredibly bittersweet. Okay, so it absorbs magic, so we can bypass it with ignoring attribute. But regardless, does anyone want a tutorial on these particular missions? And the reason I ask... it's simply because I am just going to blaze through them. I have absolutely no intention of, like, except the big bonus challenge. The big bonus challenge, we gotta do our thing where we like make it really hard on ourselves. But like for the most part, we're just gonna like run through these, you know? I don't know. Should we cap ourselves? Should we limit ourselves? Give ourselves some nerf stats? That's going to take a long time. That'll honestly take, like, forever. So, let's just go ahead and head in there. Sora Access, nice. I'm AR 35, and on Zhao release, I get 54 and max Zhao out. Nice, nice. I can't say I'm a fan of Zhao personally, but I know lots of people who are excited for his banner. I'm just going to, personally, I'm just waiting until Ayaka comes, or maybe... and this is a big maybe, I might just pull for the Keqing banner. Just because it's just like, I have Jean. Jean is my 1 5-star. And it's just like, I want to raise like character level with other 5-stars. On my Mercy 5-stars, I got the Wolf's Gravestone, which is super sweet. That sword is like amazing. I use it on my Razor. And then Then the next 5-star I got was like the wing book, the one that gives you crit rate, which is crit rate. I think it's crit damage actually on the book. But the 5-star book, and then my next mercy was a C1 Gene. So now I'm just like, this game only wants me to have Gene. That is the only 5-star that this game is going to give me. So I really want another 5-star, and like, I want it now. I just don't want Ganyu though. I'm just not a fan of Ganyu as a person. You started playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross after completing Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Nice, very nice. That's actually, it's like a good time, sort of, because it's like you now have time to bridge the gap between now and what, 2022, when the next game comes out. How do you enjoy Melody of Memory though? I thought the game was still pretty fun. I still had a good time playing it. But yeah, for this quest, we're not going to stress too hard. We're not going to stress too hard. Maybe on the last one. On the last one, we'll figure out something tricky. But for the most part, the strategy for defeat the upright warlock, use metals that ignore attribute, and you're golden. Because ignoring attribute bypasses absorption. It does not bypass reflection. So, you'll actually see it if the Lee doesn't kill this thing. You'll see it. Oh nope, the Lee got it. All right. Once we get to the higher stages, you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Alright, 3 out of 10. Oh my gosh, that's 50 AP. Good grief. At this rate, we might need to restore AP, actually, just manually with jewels, which is not what we want to do. Whew. Definitely not what we want to do. These are some pretty mediocre rewards, though, you know? Like, what was that, a single power gem? If anything, I actually think money, like M-U-N-N-Y, would be like a good reward, just because for a lot of people, trading metals with just regular money is so much better than buying trade packs. So much better. And it doesn't require that you be pay-to-play. You know what I mean? Pay-to-play players in this game are just so incredibly brokenly strong that it's actually, in my opinion, it's actually pretty unfair. They get the 100 jewels for trade sale at the end of the month. They get an additional medal just randomly. They get an additional 5,300 jewels between Union Cross and Dark Road. Like, even just being regular free-to-play is so incredibly strong. Incredibly strong. And the worst part is they can't go back on their word. So they can't just be like, we're never gonna do this again. Because people have had it just for too long. So it's just like, oh, gosh. This game is spiraling back into... Oh, and they made the VIP exclusive Kyrie banner. Garbage. Garbage. Ugh. Someone in marketing is just like, these people have way too many jewels. These whales and the people who buy VIP every single week have way too many jewels. We gotta find a way to make them spend it. You know? So, honestly, the Renova banner was a pretty good time. That was a pretty... One gem? One gem? Garbage. That was a pretty good time to have people... buy into the banner, you know? Because at the minimum, people are going to need, what, 2 of each anyways? So it's just like, since it's random, people just keep pulling and pulling and pulling. Thankfully, I got 3 in 10 pulls, which is pretty sweet. Ironically, I got 2 axles, which is really funny because they never, like... It took them like a year and a half, or I guess it took me. It took me a year and a half to like luck into the Terra, which is pretty feels bad. It's called pay to win for a reason. You right, it is. Okay, so here's where we'll see it. So, Melody of Memory Kyrie ignores attribute and is an upright metal, so we'd expect it to absorb the damage, right? Nope, it just goes through. Granted, it was only 1 damage. But the point stays that ignoring attribute can bypass absorption. It just can't bypass reflection. So that's the main strat, and then you just go as high as possible. Alright, we're at 6 out of 10. I'm kind of curious to see what round 10 is. I was actually playing the big bonus challenge on my free-to-play account, and I actually really like this big bonus challenge. I think it's like a good amount of difficulty to introduce to the general player base. It's just really good because it's just like it incorporates so many advanced techniques that people have to be mindful of. Granted, if you're a super whale or you've got everything you possibly need, you're not going to struggle with the big bonus challenge, but that's like an always thing. But there's like interruption, there's paralysis, like, I don't know if there's a counter, but there's just lots of good stuff built into the big bonus challenge for this month. And it kind of reflects a lot of the advice I've given over the past few months, where it's just like, yes, 100% paralysis resist busted. To have, like, defense boost max is necessary. It's so good. It's so layered. So layered. Store access to complete the story game. It should not be pay to win. I think story-wise, it's pretty easy to pass, even as like a free-to-play player. You just gotta know where the right investments are, and then come play the game maybe like once a month. Once a month, because that's really how frequently they update the story. I don't think we got an update for... Oh, I think we did. I think we did, and I just haven't done it yet. Gosh, I wish there was like... Maybe I should pull on the, whatchamacallit? The PvP banner. I actually kind of like the PvP banner. It's actually pretty good. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who say that's not good, mainly because it's a lot of reprint medals, right? But the thing about the PvP banner that I really like, and that I think a lot of people should find value in, is the fact that PvP medals are not just for PvP. Like, the best part about PvP medals is that you use them for both PvP and PvE. And then it's like you can still use attack boost 14 max, 13 max, which is the highest we've got right now. It's not like raiding where it's like you have to give it attack boost like 10 max, which is 3 or 4 weaker than like the strongest one we've got. No, you can give a PvP medal attack boost 14 max and use it for both PvE and PvP. That's really good. I really am a fan of the banner, just because I think new players have a lot to gain from it. Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, still one of the best speed medals in the entire game. Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Aqua is really good with her, whatchamacallit? Oof, we're healing this thing. Is really good with her 100% magic metal reflection. Kingdom Hearts 3 Dark Riku still clocking out lots of damage. Kingdom Hearts 3 Vanitas is still one of the strongest PvP medals in the game. Like, there's a lot of good things to like about the PvP banner. But naturally, if you have everything you need, you're not gonna care. You know? It's a good banner. I think, and for 600 jewels a piece, like, you could just pull, you know, and not feel bad about it. Ice Heart, true, but capitalism fuels everything. Yeah, I mean, someone's got to make money. If someone's not making money, then companies think you're doing it wrong. Q, I actually beat the final stage of the Chasm of Challenge with all upright medals with effective versus all. Exactly. Ignoring target's attributes is really strong for absorption, just not reflection. Reflection, you still end up eating the damage. Okay, for this one, we just got to play it smart and trade out our Terra with an Axel. Nice. I should give this a skill. I just don't know what skill I want to give it yet. So we will just put you right here. Now, even though that Axel is really strong, it's actually stronger than my Supernova ++ Lee. Or I'm sorry, my Supernova ++ Axel. It has no skill on it. And missing a skill is like missing out on what? Like 250% damage to 300% damage? And that's a lot. That is a lot. Look at the bars of health on this monster. Jeez. Alright, are any of my things like 2-turn stacking? Nope. So we just ride it all out, activate all of our supernovas, everything. So yeah, this is one of those quests where the rewards don't really matter too much. So you just go as far as you can, and then if you can't go any further, you stop. Just because it's like, let's say you spend jewels in order to buy a medal that passes this quest. Well, you did that, but then you're out jewels, which are arguably more valuable than a single power gem. So, I would, for me personally, I would not go any farther than how far I can go. You know, maybe think a little bit creatively, but no need to overextend on something that gives you one gem. Store access, can you use more than one copy medal in your set? Yeah, oh yeah. I do it all the time. Copy metals are just so incredibly useful. Incredibly useful. They save you jewels, they save you skills. So good. So useful. Alright. Arguably, I would say these are more valuable than the power gems, actually. Simply because this is a permanent increase. The power gems, you have to stack a lot of power gems to make good use out of them. Kiru, I believe there's no restrictions in terms of duplicate metals. Correct. I have never, ever seen one. And I've talked about it, I've theorized about it, but it's never been put into play. See, the final rewards for this is a sun, a moon, and a power gem. And granted, some people really need these rewards, but it's just like, all that, and you have to fight a level 7,000 enemy? It's pretty absurd. So, let's see. Let's get him. I've just been autoing this. Honestly. Oh, the PvP deal, also good because I don't think there are any tier 9s in it, so you're just guaranteeing yourself a flat, I think it's like 0.09 increase in subslot multiplier. Easy. Super good value. Super good. That's even, ratio-wise, in terms of tier 10s, that's actually even better than the Supernova deal, because you can still get tier 8s from that. But the PvP deal, you just get straight tier 10s. That's it. And then if you do that 5 times, you're actually getting 15 medals with tier 10 subslot power, as opposed to a standard pull where it's 3,000 jewels, you'd only be getting at max 10. Like, this PvP deal, I actually really like it. I actually think it's a... For newer players, it's a really smart play. Really smart play. Because again, PvP medals are PvE medals, except you can use them in multiple areas of the game, which is good. We like versatility. Hey, Leaf on the Wind, how's it going? Not much is going on for me. I'm just eating a bag of pretzels because I'm a big fan of pretzels. And I've got some Dr. Pepper cream soda. Store access. By my Axel in the description, it says fail to imitate. So fail to imitate means that if there's no target. So if there's a target, it won't fail to imitate if there is not a target. So for example, if the Axel/Lee is on the first, second, or third slot, it copies 3 medals back. So if it's in the first, second, or third slot, there's no target for it to copy. And in that case, oh, by the way, I didn't realize I passed it. But in that case, it activates the special attack listed. It's really interesting. It's really complex. And it's the kind of thing you just have to experience. All right, so we beat it, and we really didn't think too hard on it. So let's see if we can cut down on some of our stuff, right? So how far can we cut down? We can't use the Melody of Memory Kyrie because that's obviously too broken. So... Naturally, building any setup, you want to start with a heal buffer because especially if you know it's going to last multiple turns, starting with a heal buffer, super good. Alright, next, you want to pick your staple metals. So these are going to be the ones that deal the most damage, the ones you rely on to completely decimate the opponent. In my case, I'll use one Sephiroth. And granted, it's got EA 120. See, this is why guides for this game are so hard, because there's so much variation. You might not have this trait. You might not have this metal. You might not have these traits. You might not have this skill. Like, there's so many variations on the metals in this game where it's just like, is any advice actually useful? And the only advice that's really beneficial in this game is knowing when to pull and when not to pull. Alright, so we'll do that. Cool. Alright, so we've got our little anchor damage metal right there. Next thing we want to do, let's add some copy metals. So we're going to use this as a copy of this, which is like one of the, probably the best reverse metal in the game right now. So we'll use that to copy that. And actually, we can get even trickier with this. So we'll do that. Cool. All right. This is the one with minus, oh, those are minus 60. Is this minus 70? Minus 70. Nice. All right. So we go with this. This is our damage anchor. This is copying our damage anchor. Granted, it's got a weaker strength, but at the same time, it still copies the effect, and the effect is like it ignores attribute, it does one hit, metal strength plus 12,000, super, super good stuff. All right, and then in the pet slot, we just add another copy metal. And then we just copy another, Kingdom Hearts 2 Sephiroth. So we will add this to Naminé, has minus 70, EA 50. Oh, I should replace that since I got EA 120 on it. But yeah, so copy metal here, copy metal here. So now we're getting like 8 casts of this Sephiroth. And then, of course, to top things off, you always want to put 2 of your Renovas for the matching attribute. So in this case, we want 2 red Renovas. So you can go down to Supernova Effects. So Supernova Effects, Supernova Renew. And we'll just pick out... Oh, wait. What did I do wrong there? Okay. And then we'll just pick out 2 that reproc all of the red ones. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. Alright. And that's just the standard build setup. Heal buffer, damage anchor, fill out the spaces with copy metals. If you have them, 2 Renovas. And let's see if this works. And you could always just borrow a Renova. Busted. Oh, wait, this person didn't even level it up all the way. Alright, but anyways, let's go ahead, borrow. See, this is another good thing about copy metals. You can just copy the best metal in game. Easy. Hey, Antoine, what's going on? How's it been? Yoshi, what's up? What's up? Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so granted, the only thing I didn't do was nerf my sub slots, but that should be fine. Because, granted, this is a level 7,000 quest. Not everyone is expected to pass, and that's okay. It's also okay just because the rewards also suck. So, don't stress too much if you can't pass it. It's really not a big deal, because the rewards that you get from this, you can very easily obtain them from other places. So don't think too hard, and don't think, don't stress yourself. Don't strain yourself. It's not worth it. Not for a sun and a moon gem. Those are frequent enough for us to not care. Oh, you know, I did done goof. I didn't activate a supernova attack. That's important for the special attack bonus, plus I think it's 280% on the nominee. Alright, so let's do some damage here. Just kind of chip away at it. Nice. Alright. Next one. So now we can just activate this first while we're nerfed. Because, like, it nerfed us. It destroyed some of our strength. So it's like, alright, since we're nerfed anyways, let's go ahead and restore some of our gauge. Or let's get that 320% special attack boost with a supernova attack. I should just write this all down. Just so I can, I guess I could create a guide for this later. Alright, so, ignore attribute. Check. Keyblade setup. Check. When to activate supernovas. Especially upright. Check. Alright. What else? What else? What else? What are other good tips for this enemy? It doesn't have a counter, so you can't do any sort of recovery buffing. No revenge attack. I think that's it. Other than that, it's really just about keeping your buffs up. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Squeeze some damage out. 2 nominee, honestly, probably the best copy metal they've ever released. Like, that imitation deal, I wish I made a video on it, but, like, don't snooze on the imitation deal. They're really strong. Really strong. Alright, so now that we're here... Ooh, I really should have activated all these supernovas first. Whatever, it's not going to matter. Alright, so, let's just activate all these now. Ooh, you know, I messed up. I actually should have activated that Reaper turn 2. But it doesn't matter. It's too late. Let's go ahead, just activate all these. Let's skip all the upright ones, because we don't want to heal it. We definitely don't want to do that. We could do it for the metal strength increase, but I think at this point it's actually going to hurt us if we try that. But yeah, this is a 2-turn supernova, so I could have activated this turn 2, and its effects would have lingered into turn 3. Alright, let's make sure our supernova auto is off so it just doesn't randomly heal in the middle. And I think this should be enough. I think we're good here. I think so. I might have to actually activate one of the nominees to get some gauge restoration going. We shall see. Oh, no. This should be good. This should be good. Beautiful. There we go. So, yeah. That's the general tips for this quest. Ignore attribute. Bypasses absorption. For the Keyblade setup, again, start with a general heal buffer. Have a damage staple, use a bunch of copy metals, and then 2 Renovas is like the secret formula for a good Keyblade setup. And then knowing when to activate those supernovas. So activating your upright ones before you even start buffing yourself. Really good timing just because you're already debuffed. So you'll heal less HP. So those are the tips that we got for defeating the upright warlock. Hopefully that helps someone, and then we can create a video after this, just to I guess kind of demonstrate it. Store Access, thanks for the tip. It helps my build. No worries, no worries. I'm glad it could help. Again, I'm here to help. I am honestly just here to help. That is just the nature of my being. Let's see, John. I beat this quest because a random mom Kyrie popped up in the friend list. Maybe I should share my mom Kyrie. I think that sounds like a good idea. That actually sounds like a really good idea. All right, let's train. What do we want to train? We want to train this Roxas because it's only got, I think, Strength plus 500. To date, we've only ever hit like EA 120 on regular odds on one medal, which is like crazy to think about. Ooh, we take these. That's for sure. All right. Strength plus 2000. That is nothing to laugh at right there. That's really good. Even in the like spirit training campaign, that's still really good. Awesome. That's good to see. All right, let's do excavate gems now. Now again, this is one of those. Okay, wait. Details. Let's take a look at the notice. Let's see if it helps us at all. Complete the challenge and receive power gem, speed gem, magic gems, avatar coins, and the Daisy Glove avatar part. Defeat Driller Mole and obtain gems from the quest. Couldn't they have just put that up here? Defeat Driller Mole and obtain power gem, speed gem, magic gems, whatever. Oh, this is farmable. Ooh, I'm a fan of this. So, okay, so, all right, here's some tips on this one. So, rare enemy perk. Super good on these. So, go to outfits. And then we could do some perks. So, all the perks, the most important ones come from accessories. That's where you're going to get, like, the majority of all your perks. That's my skill perk outfit. That's my regular outfit. That's armor, item drop, rare enemy perk. All right, so this is my current highest rare enemy perk, right? So let's filter. Filter to rare enemy perk. And let's see if I got the highest level of equipment that I can. So we got the bandana plus 4, which I think is my highest one. Okay, that checks out. We've got a visor that's 4. This is also fine. We got glasses plus 4. All right, looks like that's the highest glasses I've got. We've got a shoulder bag plus 4. That's all fine because this is 20. You know what I mean? So it's like as long as there's nothing that's like a 5 or a 6, we've maxed out our rare enemy perk. I don't see anything right now. I see a bunch of plus 2s, plus 4s. Okay. I think that's it. So yeah, so we've maxed out our rare enemy perk, which is going to help us proc those enemies a little bit further, so super good there. And then we head into the quest, and you just want to keep repeating the highest level that you can. So, oh, you even get to pick? Oh, but it's 15 AP. Ooh, got to be careful of that. All right. I'm a fan of this, though. I like this because it lets you pick which gems you need. So do you need power gems? Just burn your AP, get a bunch of power gems. It's super good. I actually think this is I'm a big fan of this. Big fan of this. See, this is the sort of stuff I should make as like content. You know what I mean? Like my opinions on like the events and stuff like that. And then at the end of every single video, just top it off with square plus hire me. Plus hire. Let's see. All right. Did we get any? Oh. What? Wait, what? Get out of there. Oh, that's neat. You got to tap for them? I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this event. I actually like this event. That's super cool. I like that. You got to be like looking for it. Like very rarely do they do things where you have to play with the map, you know? I'm a big fan of this. I actually really dig this quest. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I actually think this is the first time they've introduced the blue truffle inside Union Cross. It's originally an enemy, the rare truffle from Kingdom Hearts 1, but I think this is the first time they've introduced it in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Which is pretty cool, pretty sweet. I'm a fan. And we got a power gem. Busted. And think of Steel 3. Ooh, Steel 3 goes off. Oof. So good. Alright, let's see what's going on in chat. Yoshi, I'm actually more excited for metals to be updated than new metal reveals. Is this a good sign? Yes and no. So, metals being updated is super good. I love the mechanic because essentially in this game, recycling is in the best interest of the player. They've never had a thing where a resource or a metal was recycled to be useful and then it didn't end up working out. So like this idea of recycling, I'm a huge fan of it. I'm so glad that they're doing like these metal updates. Now the trade-off for that is that the metals they update, they're never like usually meta tier. It's never just like, whoa, this is now busted. It's usually like, you know, it's a nice little freebie. It's a nice little freebie. And then they release it in VIP next week anyways, and it's like, all right, whatever. But it is good. It is a good thing that they recycle. Kiru, yeah, it's good to use your supernovas that heal you the... Yes, exactly. Yes. Antonio, what's going on? I think this is my first time seeing you in the streams. What's going on? Kiru, for this event, you just beat the boss, and that's it. Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the Excavate Gems one? Kiowa, watch out for the AP cost. It goes up to 90? Crazy. But see, you know, I'm not even gonna lie. That's a good thing. Why? Because AP in this game, like, unless you're a raider, your AP is likely full like 90% of the time anyways. So it's like, yeah, sure, I get to do the quest twice, and it's like I got free gems out of it. It's a good incentive to use your AP. I do have to be careful simply because if we want to do things like the big bonus challenge, we're gonna run out of AP. So maybe I'll stop at the 30 mark. Like if it jumps up to 30. But at the same time, it's just like, I cannot in good conscience like just leave it like this. I at least got to complete like a subsection of it. You know what I mean? So I got to do this and then one more and then we'll stop. Leaf in the wind. Yep. 90 AP for the higher. Yeah. But again, free stuff. And all I had to do is just do the quest twice. I think about it like this. All right. In Genshin Impact, I have to log in and complete 4 commissions, which takes like 15 minutes to do. But doing a 90 AP quest twice is going to take like 10 seconds. And we're a fan of that. We're a huge fan of that. If anything, it makes me feel bad I didn't start doing this earlier, actually. Very cool, very cool. All right, so after this one, we're going to stop, we're going to pause, and then we're just going to let our AP regenerate. See, they got me on this one. They got me on this one because I was like, all right, I'll wait till I stream in order to do the quest. But now it's just like, I should have been doing this quest earlier. Yoink. I am a huge fan of these farm quests. I think they're really good. I think they're super good. The ones where it's like you just do a 90 AP one twice. Easy. Easy wins. Alright, so advice I got on this quest. Rare enemy perk. And make sure your pet can do Steel 3. That's the big one. Iceheart, listen, Genshin has cute people. You're right. I'm not debating it. I obviously still play. I still play and it's, you know, honestly, that game is pretty good at taking feedback. They take a lot of feedback. Like, I feel like I get a survey, like a player survey every single month. And then for taking the survey, I get 30,000 like free in-game money. Beautiful. We love to see it. All right. So let's stop here. We got the gloves. That's the important part. And then the rest of it, we just wait out. Yeah, the rest of it, we just wait out. That's cool. I can do that. All right. So what's next? Sorceress Reaper. Man, we're like a ways away in terms of AP. I feel like I should just do the big bonus challenge now because like this Sorceress Reaper thing, I got 12 days to do this. But this big bonus challenge, I only got 8. By the way, everyone, if you do play Genshin Impact, in my Discord, I do have a section for Genshin Impact. If you want to show off your pulls or I don't know. It's not big enough to have people, like, do co-ops and stuff like that. But, like, I do have a section in my Discord for Genshin to talk about it. It's not a... Do I? Actually, now that I think about it, now I'm starting to wonder if I even have that section. Oh, and we're building a PC, so once we have that built, we're going to start streaming some Genshin Impact. It's going to be a fun time. The only game that I am not streaming as of right now is Persona 5 Royal, and I'm playing that just with friends, just chilling, nothing stressful. So yes. Yeah, I do have a Genshin Impact chat. I do. Very cool. So Axis, you're a hardcore Genshin player? What AR are you? I'm curious. John, my only complaint about the medal updates is that in a year or less, these updated medals will be outdated again. In this game, medals other than copy medals get outdated pretty quickly. That's true. Heal buffers, Renovas, copy medals, those live. And sometimes PvP. Those live for a while. But, like, I'll take a free upgrade. Like, whatever. Who cares? Like, and it gives us leeway into a free ticket draw. Pfft, easy. Easy. So, I'm a fan of these medal updates. Big fan. Now that I think about it, did we have a ticket draw for early January? I don't think we did. All right, let's do the big bonus challenge. So we're going to go about this the same way that we go about every other big bonus challenge we've ever done. So we are going to nerf our subslots, and we're going to limit ourselves. So this is a power enemy. We want to just use a heal buffer and a copy medal. So that's what we start off with. So let's go ahead and take all this out. Start with just a heal buffer and a copy medal. Now, the way this should work, if it works the way it has in the past, we won't really have to start worrying about... we won't have to start worrying about what's it called. So traits don't really matter until about level 2000. Renovas don't really matter until about level 5000. So that's how it should be panning out. So let's go ahead and grab our heal buffer. And granted, my heal buffer is busted because it has paralysis resist 100%. Maybe I should use a different one. That's not fair. But I don't have a good heal. I don't have another nominee that has second chance. This is quite the predicament to be in. See, this is what I mean. Like, these traits, this is why I put this as a stopper trait. You get this, you just stop. Like, you don't mess around with the formula because it will help. And today is the day that it's gonna help. But I can't do that because it's just like, not everyone has paralysis resist 100%. So we gotta strip it down even further. And let's just do a regular nominee. Regular nominee heal buffer, no traits, no nothing. Maybe if I have EA, because you can buy extra attack. Okay, so let's do heal. And then let's do extra attack. Alright, cool. I guess I've done this in the past because... oh, this is the nominee that we had as a PvE nominee at first. Alright, cool. So now we go ahead and grab our imitation medal. So in this case, we're going to use the 2 nominee. You want to just get your best forward copy medal and then use it. So in my case, my best forward copy medal, 2 nominee, EA 120, sure. That's fine. Oh, right, so Axis, you're the one that was talking about it earlier. Yes, getting Zhao on release. Kira, when you have to nerf yourself because the big bonus challenge is a joke. Honestly, I don't nerf myself because I think it's a joke. It's because I think that, like, the problem with this game is that 90% of the people that are handing out advice are, like, veterans. Like, they're really good. They have, like, 8 Renovas. They have everything they need. And then it's just like, wait, all right, so unless you give good advice for new players, maybe you should hold off on giving new players advice. Because, like, I don't want new players to be deterred from playing just because, like, they don't have all the best stuff, you know? Veteran players forget what it's like to be a beginner sometimes. Alright, so, it has a fiery breath at the start of battle with a paralyzing effect, so that's what we're scared of. It also counters with a strength sapping ability after 3 slots. So really what we should be doing is, since it's going to sap our strength anyways, maybe we just put this there. You know what I mean? If it saps our strength, like the first 3 slots, if they're going to be blank anyways, nothing's going to happen. The only thing is that if it hurts us enough, that's what'll matter. All right, so let's give it a run. Also, does no one else find it weird that this gummy dragon is actually just being powered by a bunch of shadows? You can see it in the top right there. All right, so we just ate the paralyzing breath. We get 1 Asuna. So tap, 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 and then we get hit again. All right. Now we activate the Naminé. So a heal buffer alone is enough to take this one down, the first one. And that's like, what, 500 free jewels? Easy. John, even Supernova Plus Naminé is outdated with her low strength buffs. Yeah, but I agree with your second point more that the only reason we use her is because we don't have a replacement. And that's everything. You know what I mean? That's super important that there's no replacement. Like right now, think about the defensive medals in this game, right? If they ever had a mission where you had to rely on defense, and granted, to date, there was only like 2 or 3 missions where defense was absolutely necessary. But when you think about those 2-3 missions, you wanted that Supernova plus Vexen. You wanted that Kingdom Hearts 3 Yuffie. Now it's you want the Remy? The Remy medal. So it's just like, the fact that you can't replace it is enough to say that it's strong. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And heal buffers, I'm sure they understand this now, are just so incredibly strong that they've never released another one. It's always been like heal buffer substitutes, but never like an actual heal buffer. So I find that to be honestly very telling of how strong heal buffers are. Alright, so back to the quest. So again, we don't care about the first 3. Whatever. Paralyze. Get back with Asuna. Alright. Get slammed real quick. Alright, nice. Activate our heal buffer. Get our gauges back. Set our buffs right. Our multiplier buffs. Copy a best medal in game that's being shared. Done. Easy. Let's see. Nick, what's going on? How's it been? Iceheart, the Shadow BBs can be mechanical engineers too. That's true. But if that's true, man, Sora and group have a lot more to worry about if Shadows are piloting these huge things. Alright, more free jewels. MOAR free jewels. Kiowa, that's kind of what I do with my party in Discord when giving help. I use one of my alt accounts to do the build and try to match their subslots. Exactly. Exactly. It's very important to know who your audience is. I was using my main, but that's just unfair. Right, exactly. I unfortunately don't have the luxury of having too many different accounts. I just have this one and like the haha, let's pull with free jewels. But that's all I got. Alright, so same strategy. Again, this is where we start caring about traits, though. This is where traits matter, at around level 2000. So the first meta creep of this game was when level 2000 enemies came out. Because then that ground minus 70, that aerial minus 70, those, or I guess at the time it was 60. But that's when those traits really started to matter. See, and as you can see, like, we're barely nicking this enemy. Just barely scratching it. So that's probably to say it actually has a pretty high defense. Alright. So, this is where we run into problems. So as you can see, we're paralyzed right now. And paralysis just randomly skips, like, metal slots, which is exactly what we should fear the most. So if it skips my Naminé, we're just toast. That's just it. GG's. Ooh, and see, okay, so that's where you want to see. I like this big bonus challenge. I like this big bonus challenge. It's so good. You got to really think your way through the problem. All right, so what we'll do, since its breath kills us, we will go ahead and put our heal buffer here. Obviously, we keep the copy medal there. And yeah, let's try this. Let's try this. I'm trying to think, because second chance is inevitably going to be needed. And then that's when I have to start using that nominee. Alright, here we go. So first attack. Does it kill us? It does not. It just paralyzes us. No big. Alright, so buffs. Buffs. Tap. Get hit with the little bomb things. It didn't nerf our strength too bad. -7 on general upright reverse. Oh, -7 on everything. And that's it. Alright, cool. So we'll tap here. We'll activate a supernova attack because we want to get that extra bonus in terms of like the special attack bonus. So we'll activate that. Do some damage here. Nice, we got the combo too. Okay. Now, realistically, you should have an extra turn. I don't because I don't have second chance on. Alright, so we got the nominee, which is good because nominee also casts Dispel. So now we're no longer paralyzed too, which is going to be good for consistency. Alright, cool. Now since we only have 2 turns, we have to activate both of these. But normally you would save 1 for this turn and then 1 for the next turn. And then you get like 3 full turns. I don't think we'll get this though. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't think we will though. Oof. Feels bad. Okay. So what can we do now? We'll just add another medal. Easy. Easy solutions. Yeah, I really like this high score challenge. It's really actually like, for a regular person who doesn't have a lot of stuff, it's actually a really difficult high score challenge. There's so much you need to micromanage. Okay. So we're just going to slap on another damaging medal. So in this case, let's add a magic medal. Let's add Kyrie because we're dorks and we love Kyrie medals. So we'll add a Kyrie there. So now what are we at? We are at a heal buffer. We are at a damage staple, and we're at a copy medal. And I think this should be enough. At some point, though, I have to use my regular nominee. Like, it has to happen. Or maybe I should just use my Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie A. Sure, whatever. It doesn't have paralysis. Okay, it's got sleep resist 100%. All right, we can use this. We can use this. This is fine. The most important part is that you start with a heal buffer. Honestly, heal buffers, disgustingly good. They're really good. Let's see. Leaf on the win. I'm 5 pulls away from being able to snag that Raimi. You think it's worth it or wait for the new banner on Monday? The Raimi medal is like, it's good, but it's not worth 300 VIP coins. It's a good medal because it's the best. It's literally a heal buffer except minus the defensive debuffs. Other than that, it gives metal strength up, it gives you defense, it gives you buffs. Like, it's really good, but geez, to get 300 VIP coins for it, I don't think that's worth it. I think that's garbage. Wait for the new banner on Monday, the Mom Riku. Mom Riku's pretty good. Mom Riku's pretty good because you can use it for PvE and PvP, and it's like good damage. Like, I'm a fan of Mom Riku. A lot of people won't need it, but it's a good medal. It is truly a good medal. Danielle, do I think the Raimi's worth the chase? Nah. Just like I was saying to Leaf's comment, it's just not worth it because it's a good medal, but at the same time, it's nothing new. So the whole point of the Raimi is to get the... sorry, I say Raimi because I've been playing a lot of Star Ocean Anamnesis, but the whole point of the Remy medal is to have defensive buffs, right? But for that, we have Kingdom Hearts 3 Yuffie. Other than that, it's good, but it doesn't fully replace anything that's already out right now. It's a good medal. If you can get it, just for ha-has, get it. But if not, don't worry about it. It's not meta changing. Store Axis, I got the new Mom Kyrie B. Any tips for me using her right? It's truly not really a good medal. The best way to use it is by having an attack boost max SP gauge reduction skill on it, and then setting its traits to be ground, aerial, -70 enemy defense, and then extra attack 40-50%, doesn't matter, it's so marginal, and then strength plus 1,000 or strength plus 1,500. So That's my tips for the Kyrie. Honestly, I'm gonna get it, and I'm fairly confident I'm not really gonna use it. I don't think it's as good as Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie. That medal is just really good. Really good. Alejandro, when are you gonna do another top 10 medals? Top 10 medals? Man, I could do one like right now. It just takes it's a lot to record. It's a lot to record. But top 10 medals, that's easy. I could just release a regular top 10 list and just put a picture of it. Here, I can look through my medals right now and give you the top 10 list. All right. Let's take a look. Sort special, or let's sort by strength. That's gonna make it easier on us. All right. Top 10 medal. Easy. Probably number 3, if not number 4. Super good. Let's see. See, in terms of the Renovas, the only one that makes it to the list now is gonna be Mom Kyrie. This medal is probably best medal number 1, if not number 2. I could see it being between one of the two. But yeah, this medal, best medal in game. Easy. Super easy. Super useful. Ignores attributes. Standalone medal. The only trade-off is that you have to have the 3 gauges to activate it, but otherwise it's a freaking good medal. It's a crazy good medal. Strelitzia makes the top 10. Why? Because it gives special attack bonus plus 330%, as opposed to the standard 320%. I don't think we've seen a medal that gives 330%. So let's look at this Axel B that just came out. Literally just came out like less than a month ago. Special attack bonus plus 320%. Strelitzia, really good medal for that reason. Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, PvE and PvP utility, really, really strong. What else deserves to be on that top 10 list? A part of me actually thinks of putting Zexion on there, simply because that multiplier, holy smokes, 37.37, that's gross. In terms of damage, that's great. It's a reverse medal. You love to see it. You love to see it. What else deserves to be on that list? Aqua. Honestly, Aqua still deserves to be on that list. Why? Magic Metal Reflection 100%. Like, it's so commonplace for us to think of Magic Metal Reflect 100% that we don't even think about it as an overpowered mechanic. But it is. It's really incredibly strong. Like, when we look at PvP this week, there's a bunch of people that are using Magic Metal 100% Reflection. It's standard practice. That's how broken the mechanic is. It was so broken and used so frequently that we just see it as everyday life to us now. That's how good it is. What else deserves to be on that top 10 list? Those are all the ones that are readily available. Again, we don't include copy medals because copy medals are inherently busted. Like, they're just inherently busted. I still genuinely, I guess now that, let me actually see what the Remy does. Because now that I think about it, I don't think the Remy decreases enemy strength. I can't even see what it does. Actually, I can, because we're super big brain here, and we just check it out. We just bought the avatar coin. So we just bought, like, we bought a trait. That's what we did. We bought a singular trait. So we just scroll down. All the way. They really need to have a scroll feature for this. Either that or my thumbs are going to be super muscular. Alright. Remy, metal strength plus 10,000. Super good. Alright. Defense plus 10. PSM defense plus 10. Really good. Extra attack gives you plus 15. Beautiful. Ooh, see, now Remy actually isn't even as good as Yuffie is. So if we take a look at Yuffie, who is, in my opinion, still the best defensive medal in the game. Where are you, Yuffie? Here he is. Yuffie's so good, I gave her defense boost 6 max. Busted. Enemy strength minus 10 and PSM strength minus 10. Extra attack minus 15 strength and minus 15 PSM strength. That's what matters at high tiers of gameplay. Nothing has replaced Yuffie, which is really crazy to say. So Yuffie is probably going to stay on my top 10 list as number 10 for that super niche ability to just cover you defensively. Alright, what else deserves to be on that list? We generally try not to include damaging metals because they just get replaced. Vanitas, super good PvP metal. 50% defense boost piercing, busted. It's so, you gotta remember, mechanics that we only see once, we generally only see them once because they're so good that the game was just like, we probably shouldn't do this again. So 50% defense boost piercing, really, really good. Let's see what else is really good. I'm honestly a fan of these. These are pretty useful. The Axle and the Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3. Really good utility, just very difficult to use properly. What else? Yeah, and that's it. For the most part, I'd have to kind of finagle around to figure out what the other spots would be. Oh, Naminé, easy top tier. Easy top tier. I can't stress this enough, but like, heal buffers are so strong. They're just so strong. You can use them for literally everything. PvE, PvP raids, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So that's like the quick top 10 right there. So Naminé or Renova Kairi, top 1, top 2, easy slots. Top 3, number 3 probably goes to Sephiroth, the reverse Sephiroth, because that metal's just busted. It's just so gross. Number 4 might be Strelitzia. Number 10 is going to be Yuffie. What else? Oh, Aqua. Number 5, probably. Maybe even number 3. Probably number 5. 5 seems like the right spot to put Aqua. Just because the game has become smart. The game has become smart because if anyone remembers back in the day, Magic Metal Reflection, like, you used it to cheese Colosseum and PvE, or I'm sorry, you used it to cheese Colosseum and, like, the Hades Cup. Like, that's crazy. It was so good that the next time they had the Hades Cup, they made Hades weaker because you couldn't use Magic Metal Reflection to cheese it anymore. That's how good it is. The mechanic is so broken in-game, the game moved around the mechanic. So number 5 seems very reasonable. The game got smarter, and that's why it got docked down. It used to be like number 3 on my list, but it got docked down just because it's less useful than it was before. Sora. See, the thing about Sora that makes him good is that he's just a damaging metal. It's just a really good damaging metal. So probably like on the lower part of the list, maybe like 7, 8, something like that. What are other really good ones for just their amazing use? Honestly, this Kairi is... If we're talking about damage, this Kairi is really good. This Kairi is really good because it gives metal strength and it heals you. This is literally like a heal buffer sans the gauges. It's really good. I'd probably put this at number 6, actually. What are we missing? 8 and 9? Oh, Vanitas? I'd probably put Vanitas at number 6. So Vanitas would be 6. Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Kairi probably gonna be number 7. Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora number 8. We're missing a number 9. Donald, just because there's no rhyme or reason for it. Donald just needs to be on the list. Yeah, for the most part, those are the metals I think are the best. I'm not putting Mastery on there because that's just damage. Like, the minute Aurora came out, Riku, instantly useless. Unless you already had him with traits and all that stuff. But, like, the minute Aurora came out, it's just like, bye, Riku, you've been replaced. You know? So we don't consider damage to be a reason alone to be on a top 10 list. But yeah. There's slots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. John, do you think that heal buffers not costing 0 will continue? Yes. It's too strong. Honestly, a heal buffer is just too strong. Think about every single time a new heal buffer came out. The game broke. It just... the game didn't know what to do with itself anymore. So heal buffers, man, they're busted. They're busted, and that's why nominate. Literally, if you're a new player and you get a nominate, you just put second chance on it and slap it on every single Keyblade setup you make until you're more efficient. JJ, what's going on? Welcome back. It's been a while. McBiscuit, hello, hello. How's the Dark Roading going? Yellow Bacon, can I see your medals? Yeah, give me your player ID and then we'll take a look. Hey, Onion, what's going on? Not much here. We're just kind of chilling, clearing out some quests, doing the big bonus challenge right now. We might play some Star Ocean Anamnesis later if we're feeling saucy. But right now, we're just eating pretzels, eating Java chip flavored cream Oreos, and playing Kingdom Hearts. Wait, hang on. Boom. I'm a big fan of Oreos, so I got to try every single Oreo flavor they give out. John, ooh, Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Shion. That might make number... Ooh, that is a good one. I'd probably put it ahead of the Kyrie. Actually, no. That'd probably be number 9, actually. Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Shion, probably number 9. 3-turn Supernova, really useful. Incredibly useful. Let's see. Sword Axis. I remember my first medal nominate pulled. Super good. Super good. All right, let's take a look at Yellow Bacon's medal setup. So, we go here. We go to Party. We go to Recruit. I was about to say, I was like, there's no way I'm that far behind in Lux. All right, cool. Let's take a look. ID search. 599-1044. Alright, so what are you looking for us to do here? Do you want us to rate your setup, or what are we looking for? Let me know in the chat what you want us to do here, and we'll help you out. P-Zam, hey, found you because I came back, took a break for a year. Yes, I saw you in the Discord. Is there a chance that you can look at my character and give me some tips? Is that even possible? Yeah. So we'll help out Bacon first, and then we'll give you a hand. Ghost, we want to check out your setup? Sure. Sure. So Bacon, or actually, what we can do for the people that want us to review their setup, go ahead, type in your user ID and what questions you have or what you want us to do, what the goal is, and then we'll shape it around that. Yellow Bacon, we're going to head out for just a little bit, just so that we can wait until you let us know what you want us to do with your setup, and then we go from there. All right, so let's head back to the high score challenge for a little bit until we get those IDs and questions. All right, so we left off here, and oh right, we just added the Kyrie. That's all we did. That's all we did. All right, so let's get back in there. All right, so paralyzed, but we get healed with the Asuna. Let's get our heal buffer. Let's make sure we just make its defense as weak as possible, make our strength as high as possible. In terms of multiplier buffs, all right, so it sapped our strength a little bit there. We're actually gonna recover right now. So let's go ahead and activate one of these, get our plus 320% special attack bonus, and then do some damage. And maybe this will be enough. Maybe. I'm not really sure. But it might be. I think it will be, though. Between this turn and next turn, I think we should be okay. As long as we don't get paralyzed past our heal buffer. Because if the paralysis sticks, we're going to have some problems. Oh, we bypassed the paralysis. Okay, that works. So here, let's do this. And then attack. Get slapped by the counterattack. We got our strength sapped a little bit. Then we activate our 2 supernovas because... Oh, we have second chance, actually. So we just... Yeah, we just keep going. So now we have 3 turns. Nice. Nice. And to take it home. Oh, well, okay, now we take it home. Cool. Alright, so we're able to clear up to Quest 3 with nothing but 1 staple, 1 copy medal, and a heal buffer. And our Keyblade level's 35. And our pet rank is 15. None of those things are hard to accomplish anymore. Nice. 600 free jewels. We're here for it. Let's see. P-Zam, sure, take your time. I'm confused. So your ID, if you click on your character, it's going to be in the top right. So my ID is 66776. Ghost. There's the ID. How can I make it better? Okay. So we'll do this quest, and then we're going to take a look at ghost stuff first, since the question is already there. Alright, so I think this should be okay still. We might need to start changing it up, because 3,000, this is where the first wall is. Alright, so we avoided paralysis, because our Kyrie, I believe, has paralysis resist 20%. So we avoided paralysis this turn. We get hit by the counterattack, that's fine. And then let's activate the Kyrie medal. Now, the problem we're going to run into a little bit is just because our reverse buffs are nerfed a little. So this Sephiroth actually should be doing more damage if we were using a Naminé instead of a Kyrie. Alright. So that takes care of that. So we get the paralyzed sticks, but we have, or the paralysis sticks, but we still have the Asuna since we avoided paralysis the first turn. So we just tap. Tap again. Activate the Supernova, and then do more damage. I don't think we got it, though. It looks like we're still kind of a far cry away from how far we should be. Oh, yeah, we're a far, far cry away. So at this point, again, we hit the first wall. So we might need to consider doing subslots. Because right now, we're just using a flat 33 Keyblade. No subslots, no nothing. Alright, so we get the second chance back. We can activate Kyrie A, sure, whatever. And then let's heal up. Tap here. Get hit by the bombs. Tap here again. Activate Sephiroth, get some of the buffs. Okay. Now we've officially hit the first wall. This is where we're going to need to make some changes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add subslots up to +2, which I think is fair. If you don't think it's fair, let me know. I think +2 isn't too hard to accomplish nowadays with like the Supernova deals, the fact that new medals or new banners only give like tier 6s and higher. So I think +2 should be fair. Alright, but now we're going to take a look at Ghost setup. So, alright, and then Pzam, let us know what questions you have. So we're going to take a look at Ghost first, then we're going to look at Bacon's, and then we're going to look at Pzam's, then John's, then Chilai's. Alright, cool. So, let's take a look. So first things first for Ghost, 5979-234. Alright, so let's take a look. So what can we do to make this setup better? So first things first, start with a heal buffer. Every single time, start with a heal buffer. They made this metal cost gauges? The original version cost 0 gauges. That's weird. Alright. But yeah, basic construction, first metal, heal buffer. Naminé, second chance, beautiful. So that would be the first thing that I do. Heal buffer, first slot, second chance. Because you're going to want second chance every single mission. That's going to be incredibly useful. The only ones you don't want it in are ones where it's like defeat within 1 turn. Sure, whatever, that's fine. But heal buffer in the first slot, that could be illustrated, or I'm sorry, that could be Kingdom Hearts 3 Naminé, it could be Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie A. That's what you want to put in this first slot. Alright, next thing is that your last slot is generally your most powerful one. So you want to put your strongest metal with your strongest skill and your strongest multiplier here. So in this case, you've got this Kyrie with attack boost 10 max, Lux++ gauge 0. So right now, in terms of doing damage, we're at attack boost 14 max. You generally don't want to fall behind by more than 2. So this last slot should be a medal that has attack boost 12 max. The multiplier on this Kyrie is only 19. So our average multiplier is about 20.2. So you're kind of missing out on the multiplier right here. So the skill is not the strongest, the multiplier is not the strongest, and then you also want to make sure the traits are correct for damage. So you've got the aerial, you've got the extra attack, the big thing you're missing is the ground enemy defense minus 70%. So you find a medal with a good skill, a multiplier higher than 20, and then has ground, aerial, and extra attack, that's what you put on the pet slot because that's your strongest one. Either that, or you put a copy medal in the last slot, again with those same skills, the ground, etc., etc. So, first of all, 56 Lux, this is definitely the raid setup. This is definitely the raid setup. But I still like a heal buffer at some point. This is sort of like your heal buffer. But at this point, what's the point of these medals? You know what I mean? So this does metal strength. Maybe it beefs up the Kyrie. This does speed metal strength, so this doesn't help at all, actually. Because this Vanitas Remnant doesn't have a Lux skill, so you're not even using it for Lux building. So the Vanitas beefs up the Kyrie, sure. The Komori Bat, it doesn't do anything. So this Komori Bat, you don't need it at all. So I'd get rid of this. Shift everything else down. If this has Lux++. Oh, this has 5. Oh, okay. Not even 5 max. Okay. So are you looking for a Lux setup? I guess I should have started with that. How can you make it better? Put this first. Anything with Lux++ should be at the end. Mainly because, like this, all this is doing is buffing. That's it. It doesn't serve any other purpose. Because even if you put this medal here, it doesn't get the multiplier, but it's still getting Lux++, which is 4 times the Lux. Also, in that case, you want to be using the Sleeping Lion rather than Lady Luck, mainly because Sleeping Lion has a higher multiplier. It's very easy to obtain Sleeping Lion. You just do Proud Mode quest number 3, and then you should get Sleeping Lion. Yeah, a Lux setup. Okay, very cool, very cool. So is this Lux++ too? Yeah, see, anything with Lux++, you want it towards the end. Since you're using this for Lux reasons, is this PvE Lux, so like story quest Lux, or is this raid Lux? Because those are 2 different setups as well. Because if this is raid Lux, like you're getting the Lux from raids, you want to replace these with damage in raids. Damage in raids 40%, mainly because you have extra attack 120% as the special trait. These, again, damage in raids 40%. This, damage in raids 40%. Unless you want to use it for PvE and PvP, which is fine. It's just a little less efficient. For raids. Okay, yeah. So for raids, the best raid setups have everything as raids. All of it damage in raids. So damage in raids 50, damage in raids 50, damage in raids 50, 50, 50, 100, right? For a max of 350. But since it doesn't look like you have the medals to beat it in one turn, it's fine to do damage in raids, damage in raids, damage in raids, damage in raids, extra attack, and damage in raids. So all your things with Lux++ go towards the end. It looks like you have a lot of speed ones that have Lux++, so Sleeping Lion is going to be your best friend for this. This is just a buffer, so you put it at the beginning. This is just a buffer, so you put it at the beginning. I would replace this, though, just because it's speed metal strength. So get one that does just regular general metal strength. It could be like a Kingdom Hearts 3 Nominee. It could be like a Kyrie medal. But this doesn't really help your setup a lot because there's no skill on it, and it only affects speed medals. And the only speed medal that comes after it is this. It has no skill, and then this, which is a magic medal. So I would, if you want to use it for raids, and this is your best medal with Lux++, that's fine. You can leave it in the slot there. But I would move this Snow White. So first of all, I'd replace it with Sleeping Lion. Move this Snow White to slot 5. Move this to slot 4. Put this earlier on. Heal buffer, second chance. You might need the second chance, to be honest. And then either something else with Lux++ here, or something to beef up the Snow White and the Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora and Riku. So, for an example, we go to Sleeping Lion, and I think I have all those medals, so I might be able to recreate it. Okay. So, Kyrie on the last slot, like this. Snow White on this slot. And then here. And then heal buffer. Just always a good opening to have a heal buffer, because you don't want to run out of gauges. That's another thing about raid setups, is that people tend to run out of gauges. So a heal buffer is fine at the beginning. What else? If you have to use the Vanitas Remnant, that's fine. You can just put it earlier on, like right here. No skill, no nothing. All it is buffing. You can put it earlier on. Honestly, you could even do this if you wanted, because then you just restore the gauges off of the Vanitas Remnant. And then here you want to put something else with Lux++. And then in terms of traits, you want your traits to look something like this. So even if you can't get this pet trait, this is still pretty standard. This top part's pretty standard for rating. So you want to do that with the money for traits in the Moogle shop. So that's my advice to you. Fill out your traits like that, and then set up your Keyblade like this. Something else here, you can either use a buffer for all metals, like this Kyrie right here, because it does metal strength, and that'll beef up all the metals after it. Or you just put something else with a Lux++ skill on there. A speed metal that's got Lux++. So that's going to be the general tip for changing up your raid setup. All right, next we go to Yellow Bacon to help them out with their question. So Yellow Bacon wants to see if it's good for battle and raids, trying to make something good for battle and raids. So Yellow Bacon, generally that's not a good idea. You want to have a raid setup and a PvE setup specifically. Mainly because PvE, you want to crank out a lot of damage, and the strongest Lux++ skill we have right now is 10 max, and that's not very high. But let's take a look at your setup. So, recruit, and ID search, and let's check out Yellow Bacon's 599, 1044. All right, cool. So, in terms of rating, the big thing you want to have is that Lux++. Even if it's on the wrong attribute, like even if it's on the wrong metal, Lux++ is going to be huge towards cranking out additional Lux. It's literally times 4, and that's really strong. So in terms of a rating setup, again, going back to what we said to Ghost, you want these traits to be filled out with damage and raids. You just buy those from the Moogle shop. All right, next thing. So this metal doesn't help at all because this is power metal strength. So generally, the tip that I have for you is stick to mono-colored Keyblades. The Starlight is nice, but the mono-colored Keyblades just inherently have better multipliers. So if we look at our Starlight, and let's take out all the metals. So as you can see, Starlight, max subslots, the multipliers only go around that like late 6 to 7 range. Now if we look at something like Counterpoint or Sleeping Lion, and then we remove all of these, as you can see, the highest multipliers, they're at the highest subslots are cranking like 9.5, 9.2. Like, that's why you use the monocolored Keyblades, even if we're looking at just Lady Luck. So if we take out everything here, as you can see, there's like 9s in there. There's 1 8 in there. So generally, you want to use monocolored Keyblades for pretty much everything. So that's I guess my first tip to you is make sure you're using monocolored Keyblades because those are really, really strong. If you have to use a multicolored ones, because it's like your best one right now, it's the only one you have at level 35, what have you, you want to focus it around one attribute or all the metals ignore attribute. So for example, let's go back to the Starlight, right? So basic construction, start with a heal buffer. That's like construction tip number 1. All right? Even if it's the wrong slot, doesn't matter. Heal buffers, super useful, sets you up for the rest of your setup. Make sure you got all the buffs that you need. Make sure that you're healed up, your gauges are restored. So we always open up with a heal buffer. Next, we are going to essentially pick our anchor. So our anchor is our strongest metal. In this case, let's just use Sephiroth as an example. All right. Now, since Sephiroth is our anchor, we really just want to manipulate our setup to really beef up this Sephiroth. So the rest of the stuff that goes in here, in early game, doesn't matter as long as it's buffing this metal. This is Construction 101. Heal buffer, staple. Good. If you've got a copy metal, you can do this. So heal buffer, copy metal, copy the best metal in game. Friends are generally sharing like the best metals in game, so you just copy it. This is the basic of basics in terms of construction. All right, next thing. If you are limited because maybe you don't have a bunch of power metals, or maybe you don't have a bunch of speed metals, and you have to use kind of like a hodgepodge team of like mix, you want to generally have things that do metal strength increase. So for example, this Sephiroth has metal strength increase. That means it doesn't matter what attributes come after him, he's going to give the buffs. So Sephiroth we could put here. We could even put this Axel here because in slot 3, it'll do this attack, metal strength plus 10,000. All right, cool. We like that. All right, so what else? This Kyrie does metal strength. Metal strength plus 10,000. We like that. All right, put that there. Now, in terms of blue ones that give metal strength, or I'm sorry, green ones that give metal strength, it's pretty far and thin. This Sora technically does, but his supernova attack does not. But even still, we can put Sora here. That's fine. And then lastly, you want to just find something with metal strength. So even if it's off slot, this is fine. Metal strength plus 10,000, that's okay in this slot. Again, basic construction, heal buff for slot 1. Last metal, pet slot metal, is always going to be like your strongest metal, or it's going to be a copy metal. So I would say at this point, it's not the best setup because you should be using monocolored keyblades, but this is what a good setup for that would look like. Because everything buffs each other. You want your metals to continually keep buffing each other. And that's why monocolored keyblades are strong, because it's generally like buffs all speed or buffs all magic. And that's what you want to see. So that's how I would build this. In terms of building it as a monocolored keyblade, the way you do that is just with a bunch of copy metals. So for example, if we wanted to make this all mono red for the most part, mono power, we can do like this here. This is a forward copy metal, copies this. This is a power metal, that's fine. And then we do this. Well, I guess we can't do this because this is a copy metal, but we can take this out and then just put another power metal in there. Cool. So this sort of is how you make it a monocolored keyblade, like a pseudo monocolored keyblade. It's very hard to work around this slot because there's very few things that work well here. But yeah, that's how you can do it. Copy metals make the world go round in terms of making things easier. You could do something like this, where it copies 3 ahead. It would copy the front slot. You can't do this, the Lux Sword, as an imitation metal, because then it's just going to copy the Kyrie. I guess that's okay. That's not bad. Actually, no. First of all, I said Kyrie. This is Nominee. This should actually still work. But yeah. There's ways to manipulate the Keyblade with copy metals that give you a monocolored Keyblade, and that's what we like to see. The Axle will just copy the first slot. So I think you can't copy a copy metal. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot copy the copy effect of a copy metal. Alright, next question. PZAM. What are we looking for? If possible, just tell me if the setup is okay for now and what I have to swap, because I can't clear many missions back when Attack Boost 5 Max was there. Okay, sure. So let's take a look at PZAM setup. And all this advice can be offered in the Discord. So I am not the only one that can offer advice. There's lots of strong players in my Discord that are willing to help people out. All right. Recruit. Let's take a look at PZAM stuff. 23, 61, 937. 23, 61, 937. All right. So, PZAM, let's take a look at what we got going on here. So again, general tip, open with the heal buffer. Every single time. It was like back in the day how every single Keyblade had illustrated Kingdom Hearts 2 Kyrie. So that's a good start, is just to open with that. I don't really like this Terra because he's single target. You generally want to have metals that hit all targets. Don't put second chance in the last slot. So your last 2 slots, reserve for damage. That's it. Like, you shouldn't be putting utility there unless there's a reason to, like an interrupt attack. But generally, those last 2 slots, that's where the attack boost max goes. That's where your highest damaging tier 10s, strongest metals, that's where they go. So, what else is missing from here? This last metal, no matter how strong it is, it has to have a skill. So we're missing a skill here. Also, this is a magic metal, and the rest of your setup is power. So this only gives power metal strength. This only gives power metal strength. So remember, for basic construction, heal buffer, and then your strongest metal at the end, and everything in between. All 4 of these metals, for the most part, are just supporting this last metal. If you can make these support and damage at the same time, that's good. But basic construction, heal buffer, damage metal, everything else is supportive to that damage metal. So in your case, what would I do? You need to update your skills first of all, like with skills from the avatar boards, because 8 max is just not going to cut it anymore. So you need things like 13 max, 14 max, and there are avatar boards in the shop right now that you can get. So general tips, heal buffer, strongest metal at the end. I guess in your case, it's going to be this Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku. I'm not really sure what other metals you have, but as of right now, from what I see, it's this metal here. So Kingdom Hearts 3 Naminé, Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku, get rid of the Master Xehanort. This Riku, unfortunately, is a really bad candidate for second chance because his multiplier is good, so he's mainly going to be a damaging metal. So I would get rid of second chance and add an attack boost max skill. 13 max, 14 max, what have you. For this metal here, I'd probably just put a Reaper in there, to be honest. A Kingdom Hearts 3 Reaper. Have it be copying a strong metal like the Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku or the Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku regular. I really don't like this Terra. I don't think it's a good idea. And then... What else? You can move this imitation metal technically to over here. So then you're copying like a friend metal that's really strong, like Sephiroth or something like that. And then this slot, support. Whatever you can put in there, whether it is a stronger metal or something that gives power metal strength, something like that. So I think we were looking at a Fenrir, right? So for example, what would that setup look like if you theoretically built it? It would look like this. Second chance, always opening with a heal buffer. Really good idea. You had 2 imitation metals in there. So in terms of imitation, you would go Reaper here, Lingering Will either here or over here. In your case, it looks like you're going to want to do something like this. So here, if you give the Rikus the right skills, then you put this Riku here, and then you put this Riku here. This you put some sort of power metal support. So for example, this is fine. So Lingering Will copies this metal. This metal will give plus 10,000 metal strength. And again, everything you do in slots 2, 3, 4, and 5 are generally going to be supporting your pet slot. So it should look something like this. The other thing, I didn't take a look at it, is that you got to make sure your metals have the right traits. So that's what we're looking for next. So let's take one more look at your profile. And then recruits. ID search. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 2161,937. 2161,37. Are we even looking at PZAM stuff? I'm starting to mix up my players. I think we're still looking at Yellow Bacon stuff. So 599, 1044. Okay. The Fenrir was fine. The Fenrir was fine. But yeah, this is generally the setup you'd want to make. Something like this. And this should have a skill. And traits. Super important. Whatever your anchor is, it's got to have good traits. Ground, aerial, extra attack. That's the basic. That is the basic. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that's some good advice. Heal buffer. Damaging metal. Everything else supports the damaging metal. If it can also do damage, that's a win-win scenario. Alright, Pzam, let's take a look at your stuff now. JJ, just to answer your question as we're doing this, unfortunately I will not be doing that. I think I'm going to run out of AP, actually, from doing the big bonus challenge. Alright, Pzam, let's take a look at your stuff again. Let's see. 23, 61, 937. Oh, wait, yeah. We were looking at Pzam stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Cool. All right. Next player. Let's see. John. 52-2504. 52-2504. Just rate the setup. All right, let's take a look. If you could replace this, so no heal buffer. So this is a setup that's good for one-turn stuff. No heal buffer here, so that's what's tipping me off for it. If you could, I would have a Renova heal buffer Aqua at the front, and then second Aqua here. I think really it's a good setup. The only thing it's missing is just a second Renova. That's all. So I would go Renova, Strelitzia, and then the rest. I would actually put this Xion after Aqua. Mainly because Xion's got the 13 max, same multiplier. Aqua's got an 8 max, same multiplier. So just mathematically, the Xion should be going later. Kyrie really good because she ignores all attributes, and this is a good place to have her. The only trade-off is that I'd move her just because of the 7 max. This is really impairing. So I would go Renova, Kyrie here because she's got 7 max, Strelitzia here because she's got 9 max, Aqua, I guess, actually, Aqua back here. Wait a minute, hang on. Renova, Kyrie, Aqua, and then just some damage at the end. I guess Xion's the best damaging metal right now, so I'd put her at the end. And she's got EA 50, ground enemy, aerial enemy minus 70. I'd put Xion at the end. Just because your attack boost maxes work out that way. So what would it be? Renova, Kyrie, Strelitzia, Aqua. Or no, Kyrie, Aqua, Strelitzia, and then Xion. The concepts are there, though. The concepts are definitely there. Let's see. Chilai, 59. Alright, we want to rate a raid setup. 59-01-325. 59-01-325. Did I miss one? 59-01-325. Okay. Let me just make sure I saved my snap streaks. Because the true terror of this world is breaking a snap streak that's more than 100 days long. Alright, cool. So what are we looking at? We are looking at a raid setup. Alright, so raid setup. Things that I already noticed is that everything at the end should have Lux++. Attack boost max Lux++. So, I would actually have this at the end of every single setup. Because this is missing the max part. So the heal buffer, correct. This should be at the end because it's got that consistent Lux++. And it ignores attribute, which is really good. Does it have the traits? Raids. Beautiful. This is excellent. This right here, solid. Definitely deserves to be at the end. The rest of this stuff, I'm not too particularly concerned about, mainly because they don't have the skills on them and they don't have the right traits on them. So what you could do is you could actually use Counterpoint and then Heal Buffer, put Strelitzia somewhere in there, and then just put KR22 on the pet slot. Have everything prior to Strelitzia be like support. So for example, so let's use the Counterpoint as an example because it's a blue setup. And then we just tore apart the setup that we just built. All right, anyways. So start off with a Heal Buffer. Right? You had that. And then KR10 is your one with Lux++ and 9 max, so that can go there. Then you have the Strelitzia, which has some of the right traits, so then that will go here. And again, you want this max Lux++. That's going to help you a lot, that consistency. Everything else is going to be either another metal with Lux++, or it's going to be support for the rest. So for example, this, that. Because all these do metal strength, and what that means is that it's going to beef up the Strelitzia and beef up the KR22 so that they're doing the most damage. Alright. I think that was it. I think that was everyone that asked me to check their setups. So let's go through the chat. P. David, I agree. Nexel is very doable. It is very doable. You just gotta know where to find the things you need. PZAM, if possible, just tell me the setup is okay. Oh, yeah, we already checked. Cool. Kiro, am I ever gonna stream Genshin again? Yes, once I build a PC, we will be streaming Genshin. Yeah, Kiowa is a very good reference for raid setup. So those IDs that they put up, very useful. John, the Axel will just copy the first slot. Oh, we talked about this. I don't think you can copy a copy. JJ, we just answered the question. Bella, how's my day? My day's okay. I should have been more productive, but a lesson that I'm working on is if I'm trying to relax, just relax and don't think about work. So that's where I'm at in life right now, learning some life lessons. So if I'm streaming, I'm not thinking about work. Let's see. But yes, otherwise I'm doing A-okay. I just got the Nessa card. Actually, hang on, let me show y'all. I went to a card shop today, and then in terms of Pokemon trading card game, I pulled a Raichu and a Alolan Raichu secret rare. But I really don't care about the rainbow rares because I think they look ugly, to be honest. I really like the full arts. So instead what I did is that I went to a card shop, and I was like, I will trade for something of lower value, and then I'll even give you some extra stuff. And so I traded, and then I got this Nessa card, and it's beautiful. Boom! Look at how sweet that looks. Big fan. Big fan. Nessa is probably one of my favorite gym leaders of all time. If you watch her, honestly, the Sword and Shield people, like, they definitely gave them more backstory than any other Pokemon characters. So yeah, I traded for a Nessa card today. That was pretty sweet. Alright. Let's see. Scarf, how's it going? Excited for PvE and Dark Road? Nothing about Dark Road really excites me except the story, I'll be honest. And the free jewels. I mean, I guess free jewels is nice. Let's see. Store access next. Should I put my 2 nominate copy metal or stained glass 14 copy metal in pet slot? Stained glass 14. Easy. Definitely. Stained glass 14 is stronger, I believe. And it's got a better supernova than nominate. Let's see. PZAM, I only use second chance there because I got 0 skills. Okay, so for skills, the best place to get them is Coliseum, but that takes a long time. You got to build up to it. The next best place to get them, just these avatar boards. Very, very simple. Don't ever buy the ones that are 7,770. Only get the ones that are 2,500, or if they ever come back, these skill enhancement boards. These are just golden. Absolutely beautiful. But if they're not around, there's no shame in buying avatar boards. These skills, super good. 3 Lux++ skills, that's like 700 jewels a piece, and that's okay. Considering that, like, this game is very mean with Lux Plus Plus lately and only makes it, like, available to VIP. I don't know. Seems kind of dirty. You need the 13 max gauge 0 or the 14 max gauge 2. Bam. Buy the Rye board. You need some utility for PvP. Bam. Buy the Foo board. You bought those already and you need more skills. Boom. These boards. Yuna. Good for Lux. Beautiful. Riku. Good for damage. Beautiful. Pain. Good for PvP, especially since it's got attack boost 13 max and paralysis, which is relevant. Awesome. So that's the best way to go through that. Let's see. Pzam, I have Supernova plus plus Illustrated Kingdom Hearts Kairi. So if you're using something just as a buffer, it doesn't matter if the color matches. If you're just going to use it for the metal strength increase, you can just throw it in the slot just to beef up the ones later. Again, the first slot is generally a heal buffer. The pet slot is generally your strongest metal. Slots 2, 3, 4, 5, all those are support. If you can make them support and damage, that's better. But if you can only do support, that's fine. Because metals are expensive. Like, metals are real expensive. Let's see. The Discord link doesn't work? Make sure it's all caps. Or make sure it's like the capitalization matters. So the K, the N, the M, and the S have to be capitalized. Oh, also, it's not clickable. YouTube doesn't allow me to make it clickable. YouTube only allows me to link to other YouTube videos right now. It can't let me link it to a Discord. Let's see. Thriller, hope I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. I've got a busy week ahead of me. Got a busy few months ahead of me, to be honest. But I'll be just fine. Store access. What Keyblades do I get in Proud Mode? You get the best ones. You get the best ones, and you get them, I think, every 100 quests, starting from 3. So you get the Sleeping Lion at you get Sleeping Lion at quest 3 for Proud Mode. You get Counterpoint at quest 103. You get not Dark Gnaw. You get Fenrir at 203, etc., etc. I think the Proud Mode Keyblades are a little bit closer, but I don't quote me on that. Let's see. Alejandro, dude, which are the best Keyblades for you? How can I get Sun and Moon Gems easy? Unfortunately, there's no easy way to get Sun and Moon Gems. You just have to crank out the events that get them. And then you also have to... Union Cross usually has one every once in a while. So if we check out Union Cross right now, I don't believe there's any Sun and Moon Gems in this set. Yeah, none in this set. But you just have to watch the opportunities when they come up. So they'll mainly be in Union Cross and events. And it'll say, like the Upright Warlock, that's where you got a Sun and a Moon Gem right there. Yellow Bacon, how do I get Lux Plus Plus? Oh, yes. Yeah, Jason's got it. The Avatar boards with the Lux Plus Plus skills, just like we showed you a second ago. That invite should be permanent. As far as I know, that invite is permanent. I check it every once in a while to make sure it's still live. I haven't checked it lately, but it should still work. Let's see. Onion, Nessa's bae, right? Right? Nessa's sweet. Nessa's like such a cool Pokemon trainer. Did you watch the Dawn Wings for Nessa? It's actually pretty sweet. My Lodic is actually one of my favorite Pokemon. Not like the top one, but I think in top 10. KOA raid and boosted hours be in a party. Yes, yeah. Yeah, so those are raid tips once you build the setup. But definitely join a party that likes to raid and your level is going to shoot up exponentially. E.T., I didn't see your setup? What? Did you give me the ID? I don't think I saw your ID in there. Let's see. Sword Access, we don't have card shops that do that. Oh, I mean, they're just like, I technically lost like $10 on the transaction, right? Because the whatchamacallit, the Raichu and Alolan Raichu secret rare is more expensive than the Nessa. But I was like, I don't care about this Raichu and Alolan Raichu. Let me get my Nessa card. Let's go. Let's see. Thriller Island, are there any banners you'd suggest pulling from? Many came out at the same time. Yeah, let's just do a rundown of the current banners that are out right now. So, in terms of current banners that are out right now, if you're VIP, just don't forget. You only get to do it once a day, just don't forget. Defense Breaker deal. Really, really strong deal. Like, I think this deal is really good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I pulled from this a few times this morning. I wasn't expecting to stream today. But yeah, like, this is a really strong deal. Why? All right, let's break it down, right? So you get 3 Defense Breaker medals. That's already really good. Why is that really good? PvP medals are also PvE medals. You don't have to make a compromise on, is this going to be PvE only or PvP only? No, you can use an attack boost 14 max skill on a PvP medal, and that's good for both PvE and PvP. So you're already getting dual utility with PvE and PvP. So already good. All of the 3 medals you get are going to have that utility. Now let's take a look at the draw odds and see what medals are in the pool. Kingdom Hearts 3 Leon, garbage medal, whatever. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Tifa, solid medal with 15% reflection for speed. So that's okay. Dark Riku, one of the best PvP medals simply because his damage output is absolutely amazing. Kingdom Hearts 3 Berserker, not the best, but considering we don't really have a lot of reverse red PvP medals, Berserker's okay. Illustrated Sora, really good upright magic one. Strikeform Sora, we literally still see it in the PvP setups today. Because, again, upright power, not a lot of good options. Kingdom Hearts 3 Vanitas, best PvP medal in the game, period. Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku, not as strong as Strikeform Sora because it doesn't give the 100% defense boost piercing on the Supernova attack. But still a good option, and even if you don't want to use it for PvP, use it for PvE. Got a decent multiplier, decent strength, all good stuff. Zaxion, one of the best PvP medals, being able to hit a 37.37 multiplier if the enemy is paralyzed. Really good medal. Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, we just went over this. Top 10 medal. Top 10 medal. Aqua, top 10 medal. Vanitas Remnant, again, we don't really have a lot of, like, well, I guess we do have a lot of reverse speed options. But still a good option for the same reason that Zexion is. Really high multiplier, really good damage output. Toon Riku is probably the worst of the rarer ones, but still a sweet medal. Nothing to complain about. And its multiplier is weak, so I don't know why it's bundled up with the rest of them, like these rarer medals. But all in all, another thing to note about all of these, they're all tier 10. I think even Leon's tier 10. So you're guaranteeing yourself for 600 jewels, you're getting 3 tier 10 medals that can be used for PvE and PvP. And remember, a regular pull costs you 3,000 jewels. So if you do this 5 times, you'll actually end up with 15 medals as opposed to the standard 10. Not only that, but you'll end up with 15 tier 10s. So if you're a newer player, this is really good because it's going to help your sub slots a lot. Remember that your sub slots represent permanent damage. The only thing that can make your sub slots better is if they increase the value. But as of right now, tier 10s are the highest. You're going to get 15 tier 10s if you pull 5 times. So I really think that this is a good deal. If you can, literally, if you can get 4 of these Soras, like, you're golden. The only trade-off is that there's no mercy. So there's a pretty solid pool. And when you look at the odds, you're only going to get 1 Sora, what is that, like 1 every 20 medals? So you'd have to pull, like, what, 7 times, roughly, to get 1 Sora. So, good medal, good deal. It's really just if you want to risk it, to be honest. I think it's a really good deal for newer players and even some veteran players, because PvP medals just last so long. Even if better PvE medals come out, like, PvP medals are still golden. Still golden. Imitation medal deal, I would pull from this a few times if you're a beginner too. We just went over this, but, like, imitation medals are how you make a multicolored Keyblade into a single colored Keyblade. And that's really strong.
And remember that imitation medals, they save you jewels by making you not spend on multiple medals. So for example, if you wanted 2 Kingdom Hearts 2 Sephiroths, but you just didn't have the jewels for it, you get 1, and then you use a copy medal before it, and it's like you have 2, and you didn't have to buy that second one. And then let's say Sephiroth gets replaced, then you just use the copy medal and copy that next medal. So I would pull from this a good number of times until you have at least 1 forward copying medal. And if you could squeeze it out, the nominee is really good. The 2 nominee is absolutely amazing. 0 gauge cost, oof, super good. Unfortunately, the odds of getting her are extremely slim. Like, what is that? 1 every 100 almost. It's even slimmer for Key Art 14. It's less than 1%. Gravy. But still a solid deal. So I like this deal. This deal is okay. It's a gamble, but you can get a lot of useful stuff out of it if you're a new player. Mom Kyrie B VIP, super dirty. I'm going to have to buy VIP next week to get this Mom Kyrie, but like, that's dirty. I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed by this game. This one, not worth it. Snow White is good. Cinderella's okay. Mom Kyrie is obviously what you want to get. But all in all, not a good banner, because stopper metal banners are bad. They have been pretty bad lately. And hey, look, you spend 15k jewels and you've only got a 20% chance of getting Mom Kyrie anyway. So these banners are super bait banners, and I would skip them. Supernova Plus Plus Illustrated Ansem. Biggest problem here is that he is non-mercy. You could spend all of your jewels and you still only get a 1 in 5 chance of getting Illustrated Ansem. So skip on it for that reason. Ticket draws, do them because they're free. So that's the quick rundown of all the banners that are out right now. So in terms of ones that I would recommend pulling for, it really depends on how new you are. If you're a veteran player, generally none of these are going to be worth it because you probably already have a bunch of imitation medals. The Defense Breaker deal can be useful though. Just because like PvP medals, man, they last a while. That's a long time. Huh, it doesn't work? Let me take a look. I'm going to try right now. https://discord.gg/knmsqa6. Yeah, it still says it's working for me. It says, Nexel invited you to join Twilight Nights. 308 members, 76 online right now. It should still work. Let's see. Onion. Dawn Wings was beautiful. I know. It's so good. Just so good. I'm a fan. Faint, give me your jewels. Get out of here. Faint, you have way more jewels than I do. Don't you have like... What is it? Don't you have like 2 Mom Kyries and like... Get out of here. Get out of here with those games. Alright, ET, let's take a look at your stuff. And then we get back to the high score challenge. Or the, I'm sorry, the big bonus challenge. I'll keep 1 jewel. That will never be useful. Because there's nothing that ever costs 1 jewel in this game. Alright. Let's see. ET, let's take a look at your stuff. Alright, raid setup, right? That's what we're going for? I already like it. I already think this is good. Lux plus plus. Right traits? Sure. That's fine. Ignores attribute? Super good. Right traits? Alright. Sounds good. I would actually probably put this towards the end because you want to squeeze out more damage from it, and you've actually got it on the wrong slot. But Lux plus plus, we like it. We're a fan. Lux plus plus, we like it. We're a fan. What's in the final slot? Answer the Wise. Lux plus plus, super good. Yeah, the only thing I'd change about this is I would put KR23 towards the end, mainly because it ignores attribute, and that's like ×2 damage multiplier. So I would probably put this here, the Riku and... Actually, wait a minute, now that I think about it. This Sora should be here. This should go back 1 to here, and this should be here. Other than that, all the concepts are there. You got the heal buffer in the front. It's got Lux++ on it. Good stuff. Yellow Bacon, you just joined the Discord? Alright, welcome to the Discord. John got it to work. Very sweet, very sweet. Alejandro, can you do a quick guide of Keylay, like the best ones, how you can get sun... Oh, wait, I think I answered that question. I think I'm starting to, like, reread some of the questions. Jason, best one's really dependent on what you have. True. If you've got magic metals, your best one's going to be Counterpoint. But yeah, Jason's got it. Whatever you've got, that's what you build your best Keylades around. Thriller making me get VIP. I know, that's so dirty. I'm so mad about it. But we gotta do it. We gotta do it. You know? The game knows that we have to get every Kyrie and every Aqua medal. Even though this Kyrie medal, I think it's Garbo. I think they did my girl dirty again. But whatever. Let's see. What about the gems? For the Sun and Moon gems, you gotta be on the lookout for them, and you gotta be able to put the effort in to get them. Because some of them are like Union Cross, and you have to farm for coins. But if you need those gems, you need those gems. You gotta go after them. Sore Axis, I think you said you got on first pull, right? First pull on the non-mercy banner? That's pretty sick. Let's see. What's max level? Yeah, 999s. Alright, cool. We're all caught up in chat. Let's go ahead, head back to the big bonus challenge and see how we can get by in it. So I think we just said we have to update our sub slots, so we're gonna do... Let's even just do +1. I actually think +1 might be able to... Actually, no, it's probably a far cry. Let's try +2. +2 doesn't seem too absurd. Alright, so optimize, and then we just keep shaving until we get to +2. Alright, so +2 is 36 tier 10s. Which, if we were talking about the banner just now, that Defense Piercer deal, that's like what? 70, like 7,000 jewels? And then you're already at 36? Busted. Granted, they're not all going to be magic, but the idea stays the same, is that they're all tier 10s, and that's really good. Oh, so Riku also... Oh, it does! Yeah, I'm tripping. Oh my gosh, yeah. Forgot about that. I don't use it very often, but I know it's like the medal of choice for like PvE Lux building. Alright. Back to the big bonus challenge. Thanks for the call out. My bad. That was my mistake. Alright, so get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Let's grab our heal buffer. Alright, heal buffer. Nice. And then we get 1 damaging medal, so we're gonna grab the Kyrie. And then we're gonna get our copy medal. And I think this is our current restriction. So current restriction, 1 heal buffer, 1 damaging medal, 1 copy medal, and subslots +2. Alright, let's see what we can do. We also want to keep it to upright for the time being. So let's see if someone's sharing a good upright medal that does damage. Attack boost 10 max. That should be okay. Let's see if we got something better. Ooh, raids with 12 max and gauge 1. Not a fan of that, I'll be honest. Let's see. Kinda don't like any of my options right now. That one doesn't have ground and aerial. I guess this will have to do. Let's take a look at what we could do with this. Alright. Standard play. Here comes the paralysis. We get the Asuna off. Heal. Heal. At some point, we're gonna need defense boost max. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Alright, here. Activate 1 supernova attack. Let's activate the Sora first, actually. And then we'll try some damage here. Okay. Still looks like we're not cranking out the damage that we need. Yeah, I mean, whew, the HP on this thing shot up real fast. Yeah, I don't think we'll get this one. Not with this setup anyways. Alright, so the paralysis hit us, but luckily we still get our heal buffer off and we dispel it. Alright. Yeah, I don't think we get this one. I think we need more. I really just think we need more power. Because right now we're doing about, like, how much? Not enough, that's for sure. Yeah, not enough. We might need to either add an extra metal or increase our sub-slot multiplier. I think at this point, though, it's better to add metals, because that might be what most people have. How much damage can we get out, actually? So we did +2 on the sub-slot multiplier. Alright, we're still like, what, 1 billion points away? Oh no, we're like 11 million. 11 million bars. Alright. Let's see. So this might be the cap for some people, I'll be honest. But let's try this. So now I think we just add more metals. So like I said earlier, like your general concept is just to build support. Build support for the final metal. So in this case, it might look something like, I don't know, Strelitzia here. Strelitzia would be a damaging metal, though. Let's look for non-blue metals that give metal strength. So for example, this can go here. This can go here, this can go here. Alright. So since they're all off slot, they're not going to do a lot of damage. So, let's see how this works. Again, it doesn't have to be Sephiroth. It doesn't have to be that Supernova plus Axel. The whole idea behind them is that they just give metal strength, and that's going to be supportive of our final 2 metals. Well, our final few metals, I guess. So yeah, see, just a bunch of 1 damage. More 1 damage. This is going to be 1 damage. We get nerfed a little bit. This is going to be 1 damage. More 1 damage, and then we activate a supernova attack, get our plus 320% special attack bonus. And then just do more damage. So realistically, you could fill those slots with pretty much anything. Anything that gives just generic metal strength. Alright. So we get to activate our Kyrie. So that means we get to heal, which is always good. So we healed up all our gauges. Same concept. Just burn through these metals. These are all just support for our final 2 metals. So support. Support. More support. More support. Activate a supernova attack. Let's get that plus 320%. And I think we should have this within 3 turns. Honestly, if I just activated all these, we might have even had it by the 2nd turn. Alright, now the worst thing that could happen is we get paralyzed and then it skips our Kyrie. Oh, no, but its 2nd attack is not the paralyzing breath. Okay, so we definitely just need to survive 2 turns of paralysis. Alright, so we just do this. Again, these are all support. So slots 2, 3, and 4, all support. No damage. Okay. Activate a super... So now it's turn 3. We don't have any additional turns after this. We already activated our 2nd chance and all that. So let's go ahead and just activate all of our supernova attacks. And just go to town. All right, and we still had one full medal left. New Mickey VIP next week. I don't know how I feel about that one, though. Mixed feels. Mixed feels. Jason, yeah, I'm bummed such a gorgeous render was wasted with that ability. I know. Same. Same. Feels bad. Yeah, Sora Access got that first full. Magic. That's super good. Congratulations. John, should I replace the illustrated Shion in my setup? I don't think I have anything to put in that slot anyways. Let's take a look. Honestly, a part of me just wants to run the rest of this big bonus challenge. So let's actually just do that first. Oh, did our game crash? I think the game crashed. Yeah, the game just crashed. Alright, let's get back to it. ET is real. Raid starting in a few minutes, and Kiowa just left to raid. No worries, y'all. We just want to finish the high score challenge, see what our bare minimum requirements are. But this is a good high score challenge. It requires you to have a lot of different things. Lots of different things. Heal buffers, paralysis resist 100%, defense boost 5 max. Lots of things that you have to cook into this setup, which is good. It makes you like work for it, you know what I mean? And like that's what you want. That's what you want from a game, is to like work to get rewarded, especially when it comes to jewels. Granted, I think they need more events where they give you free jewels, but they've been giving us free jewels like crazy lately. Oh yeah, let's activate this button real quick. Alright. Faint Mom Kyrie is good because the strength and the buffs across multiple turns. I believe it's only 2 turn. Right? The Mom Kyrie B is only 2 turns. 21.2 multiplier, it's okay. Upright magic, stopper metal. Stopper metal? It's definitely an okay metal. It's just not... It's not better than the magic medals we have right now. I still think that Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Shion and Illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie are better options at this moment. So the fact that it didn't replace what was previously there is like, it hurts it as a medal. Alright. Let's see. So this is what we were using. Same concept. So at this point, all we can do is add more damaging medals, or we can upgrade our subslots. Either of the two are valid options. Alright, so we survived the first paralyzing breath, meaning that we won't get paralyzed the rest of this round, because we still have Asuna. Cool. Hey, Jose, Brittany, welcome to the stream. How's it been going, y'all? Brittany, I haven't seen you, I think, since last year's stream, so I hope everything's been going well. Alright, so we're gonna need defense boost max soon. And by soon, maybe, like, right now. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna need it. So, what can we do? Is this defeat within a certain number of turns? Oh, this is complete without having to continue. Oh, that's even better. Yo, let's try this then. We might actually just be able to turtle this then. Alright, let's grab our Yuffie. Yuffie with defense boost 6 max. Busted. Oh man, I should just share this medal if that's going to be the case. Alright, now we need to get our heal buffer, so let's grab our Kyrie again. Okay. And then... I'm not even going to lie, I kind of just want to have multiple heal buffers, just in case it skips one by accident. So let's just do that. And then let's have one support medal. Let's just say blue. Let's just use a Strelitzia, just for speed purposes. If turtling works, though, easy quest. Easy quest. Holy smokes, if this works, I'm actually going to be pretty happy. And all that means is that you need paralysis resist 100%. Golden. Golden. All right, so we do get the paralysis. We got the Asuna going off. Let's see if this works. I'm truly intrigued to see if this will work. Because see, while it will nerf our strength, it does not rebuff itself. So as you can see there, we just completely lived. Completely lived with no consequence whatsoever. Ooh, are we just not hitting the strength numbers we need now? You know, that's irrelevant, because if we get unlimited number of turns, who cares? Sorry, I had to sneeze. Oh, hey, we lived through that. We lived through it. Interesting. So all we really need is a Yuffie with defense boost max. Interesting. Seems OP. Seems like defense is gonna win this round for us. Cause yeah, we don't care about the rest of the damage. Whatever. That's irrelevant. People leave their phones on overnight to play Dark Road. Leave it on overnight to get plus an additional 2,500 joules. Easy. So the thing we have to be on the lookout for is if it uses its fire breath. If it uses the fire breath, then we run into some problems. But other than that, you can just turtle your way through the mission. Wow. What an easy strategy. Who would have thought of that one? So we just play it out. What do y'all want to talk about? Life? Pokemon cards? Who is best girl in Persona 5? All very valid questions to ask. What an easy strat. Oh my gosh. This is great. So as long as it doesn't skip both of our heal buffers, we're golden. And honestly, if you had paralysis resist 100%, doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Then we just wait. Just play it out. Honestly, now that we know this works, we will just skip to the last stage. Because there's no point in waiting anymore. If we know that defense works, we just keep using it. We do have to wait this one out, though, because AP reasons. Yes, yeah, Jose, Jason got it. Star Ocean Anamnesis. That's one of the other mobile games I play. So right now, in terms of games I'm playing P5 Royal. I am playing Star Ocean Anamnesis and Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. John, I beat him with Kingdom Hearts 3 Aerith because she gives a defense buff. Yes, that's another way of doing it. I just personally like decreasing the enemy's strength because that in higher levels, decreasing their strength is more impactful than increasing your own defense. P. David, Mr. Nexel, when is Genshin stream? Once we build that computer, man. Once we build that computer. JJ24, what's better for a rating medal, plus 100 or EA 120? So mathematically, 120. But in terms of like the super highest level of meta, it's generally raid 300. Or I guess 350 now that we got the new traits. Wow, what a busted setup. Turtle the way through for free jewels. We like it. See, the best part about turtling as a strategy is that it does not require much. Defense boost max plus a defensive medal. That's it. That's it. Even you could theoretically, as long as you could heal your gauges consistently, you can just chip it away 1 HP at a time. It would take you 9 million years, but like you could do it. I'm really curious to see how many turns this is going to take us by the end. Like, I just want to get this over with so that we can go into the next one. But yeah, that's the turtles. Turtles proving to be the strongest of them all. Brittany, have I played Kingdom Hearts Dark Road? Yeah, I play every day. Get my free draw, get those free shop points, and then get some free jewels and accessories here and there. Easy peasy. Dark Road is just a support game for Union Cross. I said it. Changed my mind. Alright, to speed up our time clock, just because I'm not a fan of waiting so long. Let's just activate some supernovas. Ever so slightly increase our damage output. Honestly, I am like 10 seconds away from hopping out of here and then just coming back with a stronger setup and just annihilating this guy. This is taking so long. Let's just do that. We're just gonna flex. We're just gonna flex all over this enemy. Alright, so this is a 5 out of 7, right? So, just no mercy, complete destruction. It's granted, I really should give this a skill, just because it's got EA 120, but whatever. We'll worry about that later. I've got skills for it, don't worry. I've got 14 maxes, gauge zeros, and 13 max gauge zeros from last month's Coliseum. But yeah, we are just going to complete flex on this enemy until round 7. Jason, imagine if they made the daily for 200 jewels and basically the 2 gold keys permanent. That'd be great. That'd be just magical. I'd be all for it. But they'll never do that. It's too nice. Is it too good to be true? Probably. Gosh, wouldn't it feel so bad if we had paralysis resist 100%? Oh, wait, we do. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready for the flex? This is what true pain looks like. And see, the Kyrie gives us a 3-turn supernova effect. Oh my gosh, crazy. This metal is just bonkers. Is it worth 120,000 jewels? No. Gosh, no. 120,000 jewels? We got it because it was a Kyrie metal. If it was like a Riku, I'd be like, bye. Bye. The medals you had to get in order to get there, not worth it. I use the Aurora. I use the Snow White. I don't use the Belle or the Cinderella. Useless. Not useless, I guess. It depends on what you got, but we didn't even get to activate those medals. Busted. Alright. 5 out of 7. Donezo. 800 free jewels. We like that. So yeah. Strategy for the big bonus challenge. Turtle it. Turtle it and don't worry about a thing. Gosh, this game keeps breaking. I think it might be the screenshots. Honestly, taking too many screenshots it's like bad for this game. It just keeps breaking it. Jason, 'twas a good week of willingly doing stuff in Dark Road that's not worrying about killing. Yeah, exactly. Jewels is like the best reward in Dark Road because the jewels you earn in Dark Road, you don't use them for Dark Road. You use them for Union Cross. Hugo, have I beaten the Sorceress Reaper? Nope, haven't even tried it yet. I've got 2 weeks to do it, and we're just gonna wait it out. There's no need to rush. It's like that. It's like the phrase in Persona 5, you know, just take your time. Take your time. Alright, 6 out of 7. So it's level 500 now. So this is where our sub-slots are really going to make a big difference. Alright, well, this setup's fine. I mean, again, we're just out to annihilate it for this round, so let's just go in with our regular setup. Let's see. JJ, if they decide to make an EA 200, someone's getting fired. Someone's getting fired because that would make me really upset. My personal upsetness will get them fired. I like how they don't change this enemy's stats as time goes on, though. Or, like, change the enemy's, like, mechanics as time goes on. You know, we just auto this. Because we know the flex is going to work. I think I kind of goofed because we need defense. If I remember correctly, we need defense for this one. I guess if you can get really strong within your first 3 medals, you could just recovery buff it. I suppose. But yeah, I might need a defense boost max or something like that. Oh, right. The Kyrie has defense boost max. Oh, busted. Absolutely broken. Let's see. Iceberg the Gamer, is this Kyrie a new medal? I haven't played this game in 3 years. Which Kyrie? Because we rock a lot of Kyrie medals. Brittany, is Kingdom Hearts going to have a TV series? I think it's in discussion, but it's not solidified that it's going to happen. And I really hope they don't. I'll be honest. I really hope they don't. Because then I'll have to buy like DVD box sets and all this other stuff, and it's just a big money trap. Big traps are big traps. Bottomless dark hole. Yellow Bacon, can I join the party? It depends on if I have any slots open. I don't know if I do, but I can check. Alright. Big bonus challenge. Round 6. Obliterated him. Next. We Exodia obliterated that gummy dragon. Alright, let's take a look at this last one. So now we gotta nerf ourselves, but we know what the strategy is going to be. So let's head back. So we're not gonna nerf ourselves too much. We're actually just gonna keep things as is for now, just to see if this setup works. But I guess we can make it even harder on ourselves just by... I don't know, let's grab another heal buffer, whatever. That's fine. A heal buffer like Nominee. Sure. Yes. Okay, let's give it a run. Yoshi, in terms of calculations, is output the highest if we let auto run or use all the supernovas before the first medal? I haven't actually done that math. I think it makes sense to activate them all earlier, with the trade-off that the supernovas inherently have ground and aerial -70 built into them. So if your medals are only rocking -60s like this Kyrie here, it might be beneficial to activate them later. Alright, we're going to see if this setup works. If this works, whew, we found the secret sauce, y'all. It's not Thousand Island dressing mixed with mayo. It's just a Yuffie with defense boost 6 max. Jose, if it's a short 12-episode thing, I wouldn't mind, but if it's a whole big thing, it would probably hurt the games. I agree. I really don't think Kingdom Hearts anime is necessary. They've already got the fan base. The last thing they need to do is make that fan base angry. Like, think about how long they waited for Kingdom Hearts 3. Some people really wanted to dip out. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they should. I don't think they should overdo it. Oh no! It overwrote the super effective damage. Whatever, that's fine. Yes. Infinite power. Let's go. Aw, the defense boost max didn't kick in. Or it wasn't enough. Does it need to be 6 max? No, wait, I think this one has 6 max. So we can survive that. No problem. That's fine. So do I need something that beefs up my own... Okay. I think I know what we do. We just pop a Vexen in there. Because Vexen gives us defense and decreases the enemies. Strength. So let's see how this pans out. Okay, so we live through... So we don't live through the fire breath. The fire breath is what gets us. Right? So this time around, the fire breath should kill us. So let's see how this works out. So does the fire breath kill us? The fire breath does kill us. I think it's also because my defense boost 6 max isn't maxed out. Oops. That is my own bad. I think it's only got 98%. Because I think I saw it broke through it and I was like, uh-oh. That's not good. Onion, a Kingdom Hearts TV series scares me as much as another live-action ATLA. So true. Oh my gosh. The minute that they fired the original creators from the Netflix project, I was immediately disheartened. Immediately. Yeah, the fact that we didn't have a max defense boost 6, that probably hurt us. So let's do this. Let's just get one that we know is maxed out. Man, I never thought this 98% would come back to bite me that much. Don't we have one that's 100%? I guess I've never needed to have it at 100%. Huh. There we go. Alright, that should work. Jason, let's not extend the Kingdom Hearts lore as a TV show. Who knows how much more convoluted it could be, right? Right? Goodness. Let's actually do this too, because it's messing with our setup a little bit. Does this have extra attack? No, it doesn't. Alright, good. Do I have Disney Plus? I do. Again, we don't play Kingdom Hearts because it's like a main source of revenue or whatever. We play because we're a big fan. We're a big Disney fan, big Final Fantasy fan. That's just how we live our life. Alright, let's see if this is enough. Hey, Lewis, Happy New Year. How's it going? How about this live-action Kingdom Hearts movie? We don't need this. I'm already pretty torn at the fact that they're doing a Legend of Zelda live-action Netflix series. Gosh. Stop live-actioning everything thinking it's gonna make it cooler. It's from a world of fantasy already. There is no way live action is going to make something in a world of fantasy any cooler than it already was in the fantasy world. No amount of, like, celebrities is going to make it cooler. It just won't. They have to stop thinking that it will. Pretzels are just so good. Oh my gosh. Granted, I need to get a glass of water. I'll be right back. Don't forget your regular daily water, y'all. Are we still alive? Yes, we're still alive. This is it, y'all. We found the secret sauce. It's defense. Look at how much living we're doing right now. The only thing we need to confirm is if Vexen does the same. Like if you can live with just the Vexen, because it is a power enemy. So Vexen is going to be good here. Jason putting a bet on the turns. I'm guessing it'll take 31. Yellow Bacon, in terms of max quest, I think it's like at 950 right now. I think so. Jose saying the chair was playing the game. I mean, the game was playing itself. I could have technically said the chair was playing, and people would have just had to take it. Who needs real streamers in-game when you can have inanimate objects be playing for you? Lewis, I wish I remembered that when I was playing it. What do you miss? Defense? The defense strat? Jose, what if they made a copy metal that copies other copy metals like a chain reaction? Oh, that'd be annoying. That'd be really annoying. I'll be honest. Actually, seeing at how much damage we're doing, I'm going to say it's 25. 25 turns. I actually stopped keeping track, I'll be honest. I actually wasn't keeping track to begin with. It's getting hard in the game with the quests, like the story quests. I know the story quests are getting harder. Which is kind of a good thing because they were just easy. They were like a breeze back in the day. You didn't even have to think. You just ran in there and just started like blasting everything. A lot of the time you don't play Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, it plays itself. That's true. That's very true. Sometimes I have to do some big brain plays, but for the most part, I try and smart my way through it. John, no, oh yeah, we read that one. Hey, Black Sunday, how's it going? We found the secret sauce for the high score challenge. It's called Yuffie plus Defense Boost 6 Max. Jose, I tried to get my Lee to copy my Reaper Nobody earlier. I take it didn't work. It shouldn't work that way. Hey, Felicia, long time no see. Literally, it's been like a month. It was 2020, I think, the last time I saw you on one of my streams. How have you been? Alright, we're getting towards the end, y'all. We're getting towards the end. So, I think in 2 more rounds... Actually, let's check right now. Let's check right now. How many turns has it been? So, I put it at 25. Let's see how far off I was. Yeah, I'm pretty far off. This is turn 13. This is turn 13. It's okay. It's alright. And we didn't activate a single supernova either. This is all just pure damage. Pure damage from auto. So easy. We figured out the secret, y'all. Ooh, it skipped our first heal buffer, but we get the second one. And then we Asuna to, oh, gross. So good. Woo! Look at all that damage. The wall is too strong. This is the wall that stopped the Titans. Granted. Actually, let's avoid spoilers for Attack on Titan. There might be some people that are watching it. Let me confirm that we didn't have to complete in a certain number of turns. Oh, complete without having to continue for 1,000 jewels? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Wow, look at how much work we had to do. We were able to get a glass of water, eat some pretzels, all in time while we just walled up. That was the easiest strat of all time. Required very minimal thinking. And there it is, 1,000 jewels. You'll love to see it. What I would really love to see is another illustrated Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora. Jeez. Alright, this last challenge, I don't really care about, like, holding myself back on it because there's no reason to. None. So instead of holding myself back, let's just go in. And see what we're fighting here. Ah, the gummy golem. Well, this sucks because we've got all upright. Well, alright. Remember that upright does not, ignoring attribute does not bypass reflection. So it'll still reflect the damage back to you. But you know what? Again, we don't really care about giving tips for this one. There's no point to it because it's just draw tickets. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna bust through it with Sephiroths and teach it who's boss. Actually, we're even just going to recovery buff knock this thing out. So it's so strong that we don't care about the nominate, whatever. Alright. Yeah. Reflect that one piece of damage back at us. Oh gosh. Wait, this is what we have to be careful of. The auto feature. See, this is where the thinking matters. We gotta make sure our gauges are gonna be well managed, that we're not gonna completely jump ship here. And actually, if we're gonna recovery buff, then we could just activate everything, actually. Now I think about it. Yeah, let's do that. Just activate all of this. And then we just get all these activations, then we activate the 2 nominate, we eat the damage, come back with recovery buffing, and then we proceed to lay waste to this thing. Alright, so now we activate the nominate, get our recovery buffing. Ouch! Reflect it all back, but we come back and we've got a crazy ton of HP. Or a crazy ton of strength, right? Alright, so now we just do it again. Boom, Axel B. Let's activate these again. Alright, and then we just go all the way till the end. When we get to the final medal, we just activate the nominate, eat the reflection, we come back, we're stronger, and then we just finish the quest. Woo! Woo, look at those billions of points of damage. Man, that was easy. That was easy. Recovery buffing going through. Literally just busted the door down like a Panic at the Disco music video. Alright, there's the bonus quest. Not too bad. And we're done with the big bonus challenge. That was really not too bad. I'm glad we were able to get there. So hopefully that helps people pass the big bonus challenge. I mean, really all we needed was the Yuffie. The Yuffie, then the Defense Boost 6 Max. And if you're feeling really saucy, you can have the 100% paralysis resist in there. So yeah, there it is. The secret sauce is defense. Alright, this is where you gotta be careful because I think it shoots to 90. Yep, that's the high drop rate one. So what do we do now? We finish up the story. So we're gonna finish up the story and then we are going to head out for the day. Chasing Sour Bill. I like it. I'm a fan. We're gonna go in with the Starlight. And then we're gonna change our outfit too. What is the best setup I could possibly think of with the Starlight. Let's go here. Renova is always good. I think the best setup we can do for Starlight is actually speed-based. So then we do the Sora here, this here. Grab a Renova here. And then... Actually, if this is all going to be upright, then I might as well just use TVA. So let's see on the end. Or actually, no, just Kyrie on the end, because that's fine. And then we do Ansem the Wise. And then we just do TVA here. Ooh, but at that rate, we shouldn't do this then? Yeah, this is fine. This is alright. Then we'll just Reaper here. Ta-da! Instant speed setup. Well, I guess not speed per se, but close enough. Why don't I take a raid boss for the daily? I actually played earlier. That's why. Alright, and then let's grab an upright metal and let's see what's going on. This foe paralyzes you. Beware. Alright, let's watch. I actually have to be careful because of copyright, so I have to mute the audio. Feels bad. That was like the fastest event. He literally just got up and ran. Alright, defeat all enemies in one turn, defeat the swaying cactus. We got this. Oof, that Kyrie damage. When it's not supposed to do damage, but it does, is a pretty good feel. Alright. Then... up top... Where's the cactus? Ah, there it is. Let's see. Where to leave off at? I feel like I missed a lot actually. Black Sunday, playing PvP, I hit top 2,000. Congratulations, that's always good. Store Access, I'm wishing you a good one. Nice stream. You're heading out for the day? Alright, no worries. Have a good night. Morning, afternoon, depends on where you are. Let's see. John, yeah, the defense strategy, it's a good game to play when I'm playing another game. Brittany, they're planning to make a Disney live-action Little Mermaid. I heard about this, but I heard that the author who wrote The Little Mermaid was okay with it. I can't remember where I read that, but I think it's refreshing. I think it's refreshing to see that, because like whenever I think about like roles and like little kids, like it's always good for like a kid to just kind of see themselves represented in media, and I think that's a good thing. So I am definitely open to the idea for sure. If anything, again, I find it really refreshing. Lewis, Attack on Titan is too scary. It's pretty spoopy. Like, honestly. Like, and then there's, like, the whole, like, dismemberment thing and all this other stuff. Yeah, Attack on Titan is, like, creepy. And there's lots of, just lots of blood. Just lots of blood, so... I can definitely see that. I actually just watched the, whatchamacallit? I watched the... What's it called? I watched someone play the Resident Evil Village thing, and I was just like, nope, 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 nope. It was too scary. I'm such a baby. Oh my gosh. All right, let's watch the next scene. Oh, I guess we have to beat the enemies first. 10 or fewer special attacks, complete without having to continue. Alright, that should be fine. So, well, there's one. We just activate supernova attacks. That's an easy way of getting around it. Because these don't count as special attacks, so you can activate as many as you want. So we'll activate one here, just to get our buffs. Then we just activate these. Boom. Alright, no more enemies on that side. Alright. Let's get one here. Activate this. Nice. One here. Renova. And just activate the other ones. Remember that the supernova damage is still dependent on the multiplier of the Keyblade. So that's why that Nominate does virtually no damage, because it's off slot, so there's not a lot of damage that's going to dish out. Alright, there's that. Alright, and we're done. Woo, I almost spilled my cup of water. Jose, I kind of wish they add more enemy designs. I agree with that. That's why I was actually super excited for the Santa enemy that came out. Alright, let's watch this. Let's watch this scene. I forgot, I was supposed to change my outfit too, actually. Yes. Our canon outfit. The outfit we just like to wear normally. Black Sunday, use Fenrir for the big bonus challenge and Dark Knot for the Gummy Golem? Yes. Good stuff, good stuff. John, I dropped Attack on Titan after the first season because I didn't care. It's also just too gory. Understandable. I think it's pretty good, actually. I like ones that kind of twist the way that we see things normally, so I'm a fan. I like it. I can't say I'm a huge fan of it. I think it's interesting, but I think it's definitely worth a watch. Yellow Bacon, why the speed base? I just picked one. I just picked one and just roll with it. That was it. There was no real rhyme or reason as to why I picked speed versus any other attribute. The reason I picked speed, actually, another good reason is that there's 2 upright slots for it on this Keyblade, so it's just more frequently showing, and that just makes it easier to work around. Alright. Go get him, Mom Kyrie. So many enemies. This area is a lot wider than it seemed in the movie. Okay, there's our target. There's the other enemy. Okay, I was like, there's got to be more enemies. Like, you always got to explore every single area of the map. because you never want to get caught where it's just like you have to go back and do the whole quest all over again because you missed one enemy or one chest. Feels real bad. All right, let's just do this. Let's just take it out with supernova attacks so that we don't mess around. All right. Lewis, it's okay to take whatever precautions I need to. Yellow, is there something good with the speed base? Again, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I just picked speed. It was the frequency of the upright speed slots made me just say speed. Jose, thoughts on the idea of adding more Disney Worlds and Kingdom Hearts like other Square Enix properties? Thoughts on the idea of adding more non-Disney Worlds? I think it's a good idea. I'm all for it. Just no real people. I think the real people thing kind of freaks me out. Where it's just like, hey, Pirates of the Caribbean. That was definitely a thing. But I'm not a fan of like the real people worlds. Real people as in like, you know, they actually exist in real life. Final Fantasy, totally fair. Zidane, I think he'd fit in very well here. Onion, I could never play a horror game by myself. Kingdom Hearts terrified me as a child because I was deathly afraid of the dark. You right. I feel like, I don't know, the whole idea of running around with a Keyblade, though, it was mystifying to me. I think the only horror game I've actually played, and I can't even consider it a horror game, was Resident Evil 4. And the reason I don't consider it a horror game is because you're Leon Kennedy, who, like, is afraid of nothing. Leon Kennedy is, like, the villain's version of fear. So because you're Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 4, I didn't find it very scary just because Leon's a BA, you know what I mean? Lewis, very glad that Turbo is dead. I mean, think about how much havoc he could have been wreaking in, like, if he got to live. Crazy. John, I only have done the first stage of the Reaper so far to get the cosmic item. Are you talking about Dark Road? I think you're talking about Dark Road. What union am I? I'm Vulpus, because foxes are awesome. Onion, agreed, the real people worlds are a little scary, though the pirates... It was beautiful, don't get me wrong, but then it's just like... They were sort of forced to pull it off really well. I really don't know why they included that world. I'm not a fan. But no big deal. Alright, so this one I gotta complete in one turn. So... I think we should still be able to get there with this, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so what are we fighting? Little spear guy. Alright. So one turn. Let's just activate everything. Just all the weapons. We only get one turn anyway, so whatever. I think we should be able to get it, though. Between the Renovas, should be good. Oh, the Reaper in the new event. My bad. My bad. I have not even attempted that event yet. Good call, Jason. Good call. Let's see. P. David, want me to buy you RE8 when it comes out? Nah. I'll watch. I'll watch. The vampire chick really scared me, so I'm like, the swords coming out of the hands. Well, I didn't need to sleep. Thank goodness I'm off tomorrow. Now all I'm gonna picture is a 9-foot woman with like scissor hands just driving them into my eyeballs. All right, I think it's movie time. That was it? That wasn't even a cutscene. Alright, whatever. It's done. Gosh, y'all are making me really excited to do this sorcerer event. But I kind of want to take like a break right now from Kingdom Hearts. Did they give us any info? Is the info any good? Or is it check in-game notices for more? Garbage. Garbage. Useless. Absolutely useless information. I feel like notices at this point are just like a formality. Gilgamesh finally made it to a stream. Get out of here. You're here for a lot of my streams. You make it to a bunch of them. This is most certainly not your first stream, and it is most certainly not the last one. Alright, free money. Free money is free money. We like this. Lewis, weren't there vampires in Resident Evil before, or is it new? I don't think there were ever vampires. I don't remember vampires. Zombies for sure. Like, possessed for sure, but I don't think vampires. John, I got it because of the nominate avatar part. Oh, nice. Get all the nominate avatar parts. Very nice. Very nice. I'm sure you'll get there. If you're not already there, like, right now. Yeah, we don't even have enough AP to do all of these. Because how many are there of these usually? 15? 15 times 5? 75? Yeah, we don't even have enough AP to do these. I think we just, in terms of Kingdom Hearts, we just call it here. It's actually, like, I actually think I want to go to bed soon. Go to bed, get some sleep. Wake up in the morning. Feel somewhat refreshed. Or maybe I'll just play Persona 5 Royal. That sounds like a good plan for the night, too. Sorceress Reaper absorbs magic attack and heals after the 5th slot, gets hard after 8. Okay. I wonder if paralysis probably doesn't work on it. Okay, so it's a damage race too. So you can't turtle it essentially. Well, maybe you can. Maybe you can if you can out race it. But yeah, I think we just call it here for Kingdom Hearts. Let me actually survey the group right now that's still here. Do you want to even see any Star Ocean Anamnesis, or should I just call it a night period? Because I think I'm all like Kingdom Hearts out for the day. Let's see. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Is it worth playing Star Ocean Anamnesis on stream? Or should I just call it a day? Jose's never heard of the game? That's because it used to exist in global. And then they, I guess it wasn't making enough money, so now I play it in JP. P. David, time to get queen. JJ, you're out for the night? Alright. I think that's a good sign that I'll just play Star Ocean Anamnesis on my own time. I just gotta check some things real quick. Yeah, alright, well, there's the sign. So we will go ahead and call it a day here, but thank you all so much for watching. I hope I was able to give you some good tips on how to defeat some of these events, whether it be recovery buffing, using a defensive strategy. So hopefully this was a good video for some people, especially those who were able to get some personal advice on their setups. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. If you'd like to join my Discord, get some additional help off hours, go ahead, type that link down there into your URL, and you should be good to go. But that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.